turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
You can start with did LeBron turn Delonte West into crack?
Yo, that's a crazy way to start, bro. That's how we start.
But bro, imagine that as a movie. That'd be crazy.
Yo, he's LeBron James, not Dr. Evil.
No. You believe that if you
LeBron James gonna go in the barbershop. He gonna go in the barbershop and he gonna be like, keep my mom's name out of your mouth. Keep my mom's name out of your mouth.
Yikes.
We think we doing something, niggas over there like, yo, man, what the fuck, nigga? Talking about my mom, nigga.
But you seen it. Like,
responsibility is on his mom.
Bruh, every now and then you just see footage of this guy on the street looking terrible.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
He got blackballed from the NBA.
It's like a reminder.
For thinking with his balls.
He was,
But that's
for real. That's what it is. You could have made a different decision and said, yo, you know what? I'm going to let that pass. Because there's a lot of women we could have. You know what I mean? That was something you should have just, nah.
See, I think there's a difference between being blackballed and having your reputation precede you. People, your reputation is out in front of you as your representative. And people know you to be a fucked up individual. They know you to be foul,
yeah, and that's
angry, obnoxious, arrogant.
Universally. That's foul.
Yeah. Right. But
you're not coming to this team. My mom's be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
My mom's be around, my nigga. You know you can't come to my team.
If I cut in
they
this
probably had a problem with each other.
If I cut in this chair and you cut in that chair, and we in this shop together, we teammates inside this shop.
Right.
Bro, if you cross that same type of line, whether it's my girl, whether it's my mom's, we can't be in this shop together.
It's a barbershop. You're going to get cut.
It's only a matter of time before
you over there cross talking about, yo, what's up, fam? How was your night? My night was good. How was yours? You know, just chill with your moms for a bit. You know what I'm saying? We on good terms. You know what I'm saying?
We on good terms.
Listen.
Son, I'm ready to kill a nigga.
I'm barking at my mom.
We started
I've always wondered why the term motherfucker exists.
It's a slave term.
No. But in the case of Delonte West,
oh man,
it shows you
it was around way
the foulness. Like if you call somebody a motherfucker, like you are the lowest of the low.
Bro,
guys.
motherfucker could be your father.
But I'm just saying,
Could be your father.
that's different if you're your
My pops was a motherfucker.
Yeah, we're thankful for those motherfuckers.
Here, like,
but these other motherfuckers out here, they're savages. Like no.
Kevin Garnett was like, yo, your wife tastes like Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
He said that?
He said
He was saying that to Melo.
To Melo. Melo pulled up on him.
outside the locker room for him.
Yep, on some Brooklyn shit.
Wow.
I think he got fined for that too.
I think a couple people got
KG a wild dude. You can tell even by his show now, the way he talk.
Yeah.
Yo, Lord. Yo.
There's just certain shit you just don't do or say.
This is what I'm saying. We're finally getting a peek of what actually happens in the locker room thanks to people who really played. So now you're hearing about all these cultural things that you don't think about. I never thought about it. I'm a basketball fan, but I never thought that they was having issues with each other like that. They're all on the same team. But then you find out like, this dude never showered and he was killing the whole locker room. We couldn't even be back there like that. This dude running around, he's snorting, doing wild shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yo, the locker room mad uncomfortable. He keep trying to slap people and start fights with everybody.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that okay, that's what's up. Yo, he was wild quiet, but homeboy called him a bitch. He said, you got to see me, right? No, wait,
This nigga trying to get everybody to drink his coffee. I don't drink coffee, man. Leave me alone.
It just show you, bro, cats be quote unquote teammates, but they really not on the same team. You know what I mean?
That's why there has to be a culture.
There you go.
When there's a culture, you see a different gel with the team.
And an objective.
But when there's not a culture,
there you go.
You get the Wizards.
So you need, there you go. Straight up. You get no chill Gill, you heard me? You get, So that's why when you got a coach like a Phil Jackson, like a Steve Kerr, somebody that's gonna set the culture and who the players respect.
Yo, Phil had these motherfuckers going on trips together, doing Indian meditation together.
Straight zen.
A lot of team building.
Yeah.
So I mean, these coaches, they not on that time. They're like, "Oh, you do this, just give him the ball."
Well, they also dealing with different kinds of players. There's way more individualism now than there was back then.
The culture with the Spurs right now is fucked up.
Spurs
Which
was
is
one
crazy
of my
because
teams.
Pop is one of the best coaches.
But they got time. They
Hell
young.
yeah.
They revamping. You don't have Tim Duncan and Tony Parker no more. That's like, you know.
David Robinson was my guy.
That's what I was about to say. Don't forget, Tim Duncan came in under David Robinson. David Robinson was like,
Ginobili was my man.
Here's how it's going to go.
But you can tell Tim Duncan respected the program.
Yeah, because he saw the results.
Wembley is young. He's being exposed to a lot of things that he's never been exposed to. And he only turns up when he's going against superstar players.
What do we say?
I respect that more.
You don't know how you gonna act.
I respect that.
I don't.
That lets you know
when it's not, you're not playing.
That lets you know he got that dog in him. The fact that he can turn up against superstars.
But then you're supposed to have that dog every night.
Correct.
You can't go from you dropped 40 when you was playing against Durant. Now you got 11 and you're losing.
That's got to be taught.
Yeah.
That's got to be taught.
That can be taught. You can teach somebody, hey, bro, don't take no nights off. These little easy dudes, man, mop them up.
That's
you
why
can't
a lot of
teach
these
somebody.
niggas get injured.
Oh, yeah.
You got to think about that, too. Niggas go so hard and broken arm, broken leg, broken calf. It can't come back to the league.
doing low
This
management.
dude is like 8'7". All he got to do is turn around and dunk. But he's trying to get the ball at the top of the key all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, that's the culture where he come from, though. The big man don't play down low. The big man is at the 3-point line where he from.
That's crazy.
You gotta blame Steph for that.
Not Steph. KD.
Shifted,
Blame KD for that.
I blame Steph for shifting the entire culture to back behind the 3-point line.
Top 5 most influential basketball players of all time. You got to put Steph number 1.
Allen Iverson number 2.
Number 2.
I would put Iverson
number 1. He has the whole world. He has people that's 8 foot 7 inches tall wanting to shoot 3-pointers. Bro.
They all want to hang out behind the 3-point
different,
line.
man.
But you can't blame just Steph for that.
No, that's Steph,
it's not a
bro.
blame.
That's Steph and
I'm
nobody
just
else.
saying, you can't just put that on Steph.
Who else?
That is Steph, bro.
KD?
No.
No, sir.
Not like
No,
Steph.
Steph.
Why?
Steph was shooting from the logo
No.
Steph.
No.
Hold on.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Having someone that's 7+ shoot threes
Steph made everybody want to shoot
But that
threes.
became a factor to go against Steph. You understand what I'm saying?
Because of Steph. You just called it.
But that's Steph is a point guard. That's what point guards do.
No, they
He didn't
wasn't.
change the
Point
cover.
guards do like John Starks and give the ball to the shooting guard.
I mean, yeah, the
and the
shooting
big man.
guards, the shooting guards and all, but throughout history,
You got Larry Bird. He was one of them.
He was not a point guard.
throughout history,
Three-point shooter. We
we
talking about
haven't
shooting.
seen
He wasn't a point guard.
we haven't seen a culture of big men shooting threes.
threes.
Now that's prevalent.
Steph-
and I put that on Durant.
No, Steph has everyone shooting threes.
Big men want to shoot threes
Look,
because of Steph.
From the 1 to the 5, they all want to
Elijah,
shoot.
he could get behind that line. But
Nah.
he was one.
So could
in
Patrick.
A whole bunch of them. Yeah.
So could Ewan.
but there was not many.
Nobody. Hold on.
There
hold on,
wasn't
hold
many.
On, hold on,
Hey,
hold
brother,
on, hold
Ewan
on.
wasn't shooting no threes like that at no high clip.
That was
No,
an
not
air
at
ball.
no high percentage.
No, nobody was. Jordan wasn't shooting from behind
Steph
the
is
three
number
like
1,
that.
bro. Most influential, Steph number 1, bro.
I
can
would
see
still
that.
put that on LeBron.
What, number 1, most influential?
Yes.
How?
I would still put it on LeBron.
Uh-uh.
Because LeBron was one of the first big men to run point.
You ever heard of
consistently.
somebody named Magic
Nah,
Johnson?
Magic
I'm just
Johnson,
curious.
the same size.
You ever heard of
as him.
somebody named Magic Johnson?
Yeah. I know. I hear you. All right, cool. You got that one.
Right.
But as far as like, nah, bro, I wouldn't say the centers are shooting 3-pointers because of Steph.
Here's an unfair advantage that Steph has, but it works in his favor. Steph is a normal human being's height. 6'2", 6'3".
He's my height.
There you go. So there's more regular dudes that's playing at Rucker Park, at the gym, at their high school that feel like I can be like Steph. Because Steph is a normal human being's height. People can't be like LeBron. Because you're not 6'8", 260 like Bron.
But okay, but let's point this out. 6'8", you shooting threes.
Right.
You're running point.
Magic Johnson.
How long? Hold on. How long has LeBron? What he's in his 19th year?
21st.
21st year.
Yeah.
21st. How long has he been at the top of the key?
Not long.
6'8".
Not long.
His whole career.
No, shooting from the top of the key.
Yes,
he has.
LeBron been doing
Yes, he has, bro. Yes, he has.
LeBron been plucking threes his whole career.
Yes, he has.
Okay, not at this kind of clip.
Not at this clip.
Thank you.
He on some other stuff now.
All right.
Yeah.
So people that's like a center's height, right? 7'1", 6'8" to the 7 and up. It's like a center's height. So I'm not thinking that people that's a center's height is looking at Steph Curry like, I want to be Steph Curry. They're not. It's not even translating.
I think
they're looking at people like LeBron and KD like these guys are doing it.
I give you that one. I don't think a center is looking at a dude that's 6'3" saying, I want to be like him. I give you that one.
Right.
I think you're one step from Steph to where we are now. I would say there's maybe 3 generations in between point A and point B, right? Steph, generation 1, and then where we are right now. The influence means that when Steph started doing it and making it look sexy and the step back and all this other stuff that he started doing, it's not a matter of the little guy looking at Steph going, I want to shoot like that. It's a matter of the entire league going, I want to shoot like that. We're in the 3rd generation by now. There's damn near positionless basketball.
Harden was going crazy
was it
too.
Steph or Dame that started pulling up from the logo?
Steph.
Absolutely.
But Dame was right. Dame was right.
But
there.
I will give Steph, like, bro, he made the 3-pointer so important that everybody on the team can shoot threes now.
And don't forget this. He also won championships by shooting threes primarily.
Right.
That wasn't seen before in the league. It was like, yo, you'll never win a championship if all you're doing is shooting threes.
Because the percentage wasn't as high as
There you go.
his.
But Steph changed that part.
When you could walk down the court
2
and
rings,
hit
3
this
rings. Yeah.
every time.
But
Yeah,
you know who I give it to before Steph? Abdul
Rauf.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Talk about being blackballed for your religion because he was a Muslim, because he would pray instead of.
Facts.
And that boy, I watched go back and watch some old games where he was heating up the Bulls to the point where Phil Jackson was pissed off, like, yo, what are y'all doing?
But you got to understand.
How was this dude spanking? And he would shoot downtown clown.
And that's the politics part of it, because we didn't have the best relationship with Muslims in America. So him having that and putting him on national TV every night,
That's facts.
It became an issue.
That's facts.
For whatever powers that be, whatever sponsors that just didn't want to be a part of representing something that was connected to a terror network that was focused on bringing the country down. You know what I mean?
He was really Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick in some ways.
Oh, in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
Because he was standing on business. He was like, yo, this what I am.
This what I represent.
They told him he had to.
But the kufi wasn't just for us. The kufi wasn't for us.
But it was.
You know what I mean? Colin Kaepernick was like, it's us getting hurt out here. The kufi wasn't just us. The kufi was for everybody who, you know
why he did it is different, but what he's saying, the punishment for the action is the same.
And the refusal to say, oh, wait, can I just switch it up and then y'all will take me back? He was like, F it. Nah,
they wanted him to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I don't want y'all, yeah.
That's why he got in trouble.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. They were like, no, you have to. He said, okay, I'll stand. And he would stand there and pray during the Pledge of Allegiance. He wasn't making a big deal out of it. He didn't want to be in the way. But they were like, no, you have to. I heard you. I got you. And he sat there and did this during the entire Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I'm not doing that. He sat there and did this. And that was enough to get him out the paint for doing this.
Dang.
Well, you gotta, again, bro.
For doing this.
But that was the 90s or the 80s.
That's violation.
Yo,
late 80s, early 90s.
If you throw a party and you got about 6 billion people at the party, but the spotlight keep ending up on people that don't want to follow the rules, what you gonna do?
Dang. Ain't this America though? Ain't it supposed to be a free country?
Yeah.
Freedom of speech?
Hell no.
Freedom of it's
Free
supposed
what?
to be. It's supposed to be.
Free what?
Supposed to be.
Freedom of speech.
Free to who? Where you get that from?
I'm saying.
Freedom of speech?
Land of the brave.
And listen,
Hey,
down.
that's a tourist attraction. That's to attract tourists.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Us here, we know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's for the people on the outside to believe that shit.
See, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. I've been saying that forever. You can say whatever you want,
That's
but you got to
powerful.
answer for it.
That's
Facts.
powerful.
You got to answer for it. However,
That's the right way to look at it, bro.
however,
it's not freedom of consequence.
some of these, the problem is the price ain't the same for everybody.
Right.
And they pick and choose who they want to pay for saying whatever it is you said. Everybody get the same trouble if you say fire in a crowded building. Yeah, you in trouble. That's fucked up. You're gonna get people hurt, you in trouble. Everybody gets that same trouble.
Right.
But the fact is, this lady can sit over here and hold a gun, be blonde hair, blue eyed, sitting there, you know, kicking it, holding an automatic rifle, holding a Bible in the other hand, a rifle in one, and then you get somebody holding a Quran with a full hijab, with a full hijab on and a gun. It's a problem.
It's a problem because this is a Christian nation, right?
Yeah, but meanwhile, Christians are responsible for some wild terroristic acts.
Yeah, but
Hitler was a Christian. Terrible Christian, but he claimed Christianity.
Hitler was a what?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah. No, terrible example.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Horrible example of somebody claiming Christianity and doing everything under the sun that the Bible say don't do.
Right, right.
My point is,
how do you figure the Bible say don't do?
thou shalt
Have
not
you ever
kill
read
us.
the Old Testament?
Thou shalt not kill us.
You
right
know
there.
how much genocide is in that?
Well, we talking about-
You know how much genocide is in that
But
book?
the purpose of the New Testament.
You ever
is
heard of the
that-
Canaanites?
But the purpose of the New Testament, to your point, after you finish laughing, you heard me? The purpose of the New Testament is that Jesus Christ came
Right.
and walked the earth and died and was crucified and spread love and spread peace. And now there's grace that we're given by God for being sinners.
Right.
That cats wasn't getting that grace back then. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
how do
That
you
ain't
do-
the new law.
How do you differentiate the story of Christ from all the other Christs that came before him? The other cultures who have a demigod who comes to change the society. How do you separate that?
The stories inside the Bible of Christ walking the earth, the Gospels, literally, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Right.
Like you said, it might be similar, but that's the same way as, oh, y'all in New York? Y'all God MC is Jay-Z. Guess what? We got somebody in New Orleans who people swear by just as hard as y'all swear by Jay-Z. His name is Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Guess what? You go to the West Coast, they got somebody named Tupac Shakur.
Snoop
They got
Dogg or
Snoop
something.
Dogg. You know what I mean? So it's like, how does every culture differentiate? That everybody is gonna have their figures that they say, yo, this right here, this person right here, this was that one. This was that one. And hey, what you gonna do at the end of the day? You gotta tell people, if this what we believing in everything that came along with this person's life. We don't know about who y'all believing in over there because we wasn't there for that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't studied that the way y'all, the way we studied this person's life. Y'all could tell me stuff about Jay-Z that I'd be sitting here like a kid in the candy store like, you serious? I never knew that. But that's because y'all was here.
Right.
Y'all know inside information. You feel me?
But there have been about 16 crucified messiahs before Jesus.
And what's their names?
Hold on.
Yeah,
You gonna
look 'em
make me? Oh, I definitely got it. Osiris is one. Hold on, let me get it all together.
It's Bible study.
I mean, I studied a lot when I was young. I was into the Torah. I was actually raised in Christianity. Then I studied Islam, and I even kind of investigated Buddhism because I saw a lot of shit going on in the hood that I wanted an answer to it. So at the age of probably like 15, 16, I just started to wonder like, what's the purpose of all this?
Okay.
And that's the age that you outside, you mixing, you mingling. I got the 5%ers is up the block, the Kemits is in the middle of the block,
Nation of Islam
you know what I
is
mean? The
moving papers,
Muslims
talking.
right on the corner, like, and we all talking, you know, in between the 40s and new rap albums, this is the conversation. So I started to like really want to know like what was really going on. And I looked into the history of all this stuff and I found out a lot. Okay, let me get to
Know what
this.
that feels like to me? Just that description. Different players on the same team.
Man, at the end of the day, bro.
You said
We
different-
were just talking about it. Different players on the same team.
But
All
it-
y'all want to do the right thing. All y'all want to please God. All y'all trying to live right. And you all got the same incentive. You following a different book. But the bottom line is, what's the goal to win the championship? What's the championship?
The problem is, cats don't even have the same goal here on Earth no more, bro. Nowadays, there's so many people who they feel like the whole purpose for our existence is to just get the bag. just to get money.
I think that's just this generation.
That's detrimental to society, bro. When you don't see that you were called to a higher purpose other than just getting money, because there's so many people that over the course of your life, everything you had to do to get that money, like you put your money over your morality to the point where you got the bag at the end of the day, but in the meantime, you had to hurt a bunch of people, rob, steal, lie, kill, you know what I mean, just to get the bag. But people be like, that was the end goal, was to get the bag and live comfortably. Like,
that's crazy.
Man, bro.
And
a lot of people get the bag and be uncomfortable.
With your success.
That's hip hop. I mean, that's everybody in hip hop, bro, who they're lying to the public to make it seem like because they got the bag that they super happy. When in real life, they're not happy. They're not at peace, bro.
Girl a hoe.
All right.
Come on, man.
Delius of Egypt. Krishna of India. Crite of Chaldea. Attis of Phrygia. Tammuz of Syria. Jesus of Eros. Bali of Orissa.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Indra of Tibet. These were all crucified saviors that predate Jesus.
Sound like women. Was women in there?
No, not Jesus.
No.
He said some of them names.
Some of them names sound
Right.
like
Osiris, I believe, is another one.
That's Egyptian.
Right. So, just from my research, what I found was there was a lot of different cultures that was mixed into one. I don't knock anybody for what they choose. This is my motivation to live a righteous life. This is my motivation to not steal, to not do wicked to my brother. This is I don't knock it. But if we divulge into the history, then some of these things need to be answered. Is there an answer?
I think faith got to kick in at a certain point to where what we looking for from science and from geography, like give me the tangible. I want to be able to Google something and get the tangible answer. What we looking for in the form of Google and in the form of like, show me something tangible, that's where faith has to kick in.
Right.
And faith oftentimes is a mixture of lived experience with spiritual discernment.
Right.
So we all got that gut feeling. We call it our conscience or just that gut feeling. Like, man, my gut telling me this, my gut telling me this. That gut feeling has saved our lives a few times. I'm sure all of us, like, man, trusting my gut. So it's a combination of like, yo, what is it over the course of me living my life that time and time again shows me that this makes sense? Not because I can Google it and prove every single thing, but it's showing it to me through the signs that's been revealed to me, the miracles that I've been a part of.
But I believe God is like, okay, God is within everything.
Okay.
Like, there is no separation. We're all connected. If we broke this whole thing down to atomic particles, there is no separation between me and you right now. Like, we are connected straight across. And when you pray for something, there's no voice that comes down from the sky. There's no hand that sticks out. It usually comes, blessings usually come through the form of another human being, correct? So there's God within all of us. It's just, you know, whether it's the choice for someone to live that life and listen to that inner voice or not.
Right.
But man,
That's how I look at it.
That explains those other messiahs, those other crucified messiahs.
Right, but I mean,
that explains those other crucified
but
messiahs.
throughout history, this was a blueprint that was put together. Like, if you look at the Ankh is really, okay, the Ankh is a cross with the circle around it, correct?
Egyptian.
It represents the 4 seasons. However, in Egypt, there was a trinity of Osiris, Ra, and I think, not Set, Horus. So if you were to look at that first, you would kind of look over here and be like, well, y'all took this from over here, correct? So again, I don't knock nobody on what they want to believe, but I think when it comes to religion or how you're going to live your life or based on praising someone, I feel like there are not enough Christians that know enough about what they're living. You dig what I'm saying? And if it's the most important thing in your life, then you should know the ins and outs of it, dates,
all right,
everything.
Hold on.
Am I correct?
No, well, I get you. I get you. But that extends past religion. We have people who claim all types of ways of life and they don't know everything about it.
Straight up.
We got people who come in here claiming to be hip hop heads and can't tell you who the Violators were, can't tell you who
Yeah, but
who
a hip hop head,
Cool G Rap
hip
was.
hop head, and how you
Hold
you
on.
base your
Niggas be
existence.
Muslim.
No, no.
Niggas be
Kai-
Muslim eating pork.
Kai Cenat was just
It's a fact.
Right. Kai Cenat was just on the phone with John Monopoly. John Monopoly said, "Oh, I know all about the Bronx. I'm actually a violator." He was like, "I don't know who that is." The Violators? The Violators. I don't know who that is, gang. I was born in 19... Whoa, hold on a minute. You claim this thing, though. How do you not know this? This is your whole thing. That's like me and a guitarist and not knowing who Eric Clapton is.
I want to say, yo, shout out to Kai. Kai, I don't knock you, but this young nigga thing, like, it needs to stop, bro. Because in a couple of years, you're not gonna be a young nigga no more. You know what I mean? And if the culture is to not respect the people that came before you, then expect that in the future. Expect someone to be sitting there like, who's Kai Cenat? Like, I don't know who the hell that is. Like, the disrespect needs to stop. Like, if you about this culture, let's make it important. Because there's a white boy in Minnesota right now that can give you the list of who's the Violators, who started hip hop and what dates and all that. If they could tell us, why don't we respect our own culture? Why? Because there's people like you sitting around acting like it's not important to know who came before you. Like, let's stop that revolving door of, let me make the people before me unimportant so I can feel important. Let's stop that.
Literally just said that in Mechanism Monday. Literally just said that exact same thing. You can't throw stones and hide your hands behind your age. You're either gonna be if you start if you children are meant to be seen and not heard and
That's
stay out
the
of
case.
grown folks'
Look, when
business.
you hit 27, plug yourself. Because it's over.
Because you ain't young no more.
You ain't young no more. Plug yourself.
Niggas
We here
But-
at My
but-
Expert Opinion do not advocate
Yeah.
deleting yourself in any way, shape,
Yo,
or
but
form.
I'm just saying, like, that needs to stop,
But Matt, as much as I rock with you, I rock with how you come in. But see that same type of energy that you got for like a Kai, man, won't you have that energy for these dudes that's in their 40s and 50s in hip hop that's still acting like the way they was when they was 22? Because like you said, you're gonna get older.
Right.
But what my problem with our culture is not the Kais, because when we was 20, what you was doing when you was 22?
Oh, yeah, I was bugging.
You was bugging. You was wilding, right? You was bugging when you was 22?
It was all hip hop.
Straight up.
That's right.
You was bugging when you was, I know you was
Damn
probably.
right.
I ain't gonna
Brother.
tell you what you
I
was
might be
doing.
on camera
Right.
while.
Right,
I might be on camera while at 22.
Bro,
You know what
that
I mean?
being said, my issue is with double that 22 and turn it into 44. Turn it into 48 years old.
You gotta make it there. You know what I'm
Turn
saying?
it into that, and now you still got people in our culture that are supposed to have that same that type of energy that you got to where it's like, yo, I'm mature now. I know better, so I do better. It says that in the Bible. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you mature and you grow older, you put away all childish things. My issue with this culture is we got too many of the OGs that's really DGs. That's disappointing grown-ups. You heard me?
Right.
Because they grown in age, but they're not grown in maturity.
All right, let's get to it. Who you talking about?
Man, I'm talking about 95% of the OGs in hip hop right now. There's 35 and up.
You
If you're
got
30, hold on.
95?
Because
Listen, brother,
95 is
95%.
crazy.
That's
Listen, all right.
Great.
Y'all
95
wanna,
is crazy.
Y'all want to bring it down to 90? That's cool. That's cool.
God damn.
We'll do that.
Who is that?
If you're 35 and up and you're still glorifying murder in your music and glorifying all the dope that you sold, you're a disappointment.
You're a disappointment.
And you're problematic to
To
the
who?
culture at this point.
To who?
The culture. The people listening to you, looking up
Why?
to you. Why?
Why?
Because at that point, if you have made it, if you ever lived that life in the first place,
Right.
because most of y'all capping, y'all wasn't really, you know what I mean, wasn't really busting no guns and all that. But if you were living that life, by the grace of God, brother, you made it through that.
Right.
And now you are OG. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you supposed to talk to the
YGs,
babies coming
to the
up,
YGs.
to the YGs about how to not have to go through that.
Right.
But okay.
But if you still glorifying it, like, man, back
when
when I
you
was
say
a young
glorifying it, what do you mean?
glorifying it, brother. Let's just listen to any music that's out nowadays. What are you talking? You're not gonna do this with me. You're not gonna do this with me.
Hold on. How am I gonna do
You're not
what?
gonna do this with me.
Because
And
there's
act
something,
like you
there's
don't
something
know.
I gotta explain. I gotta establish first.
Go ahead.
Before the culture of hip hop, there's street culture. And a lot of us came up in street culture before we really became part of hip hop. So that street culture is the foundation of where a lot of these thinkers, these creators, these writers, these stories. That's where it's coming from. I started rapping about the truth to impress the OGs on my block because they didn't like the fake shit. And that's embedded in me. Now I gotta tell the truth on a record, and I'm realizing, yo, I should have shut my mouth about a lot of stuff. I should have kept it low. But the OGs that I came up with, they didn't like us capping. There was a dude down the block that was retarded nice lyrically, but they hated him because that shit was real.
He was capping, right.
Math, we know you do this. We know you did that. We know that really happened. They appreciated the authenticity. So that street culture was the foundation of me trying to get into this hip hop thing. You get what I'm saying?
So here's my thing. Do you believe in God?
Of course I do.
You love God?
Yes.
Do you love hip hop?
I love God so much, I used to pray before robberies.
All right. That's wild. We're going to talk about that another time.
It is.
Do you love hip hop?
Yes.
So on your totem pole, what you love more, God or hip hop?
I would say God.
With that being said,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be creating the type of hip hop that God would be like, nah, I can't rock with that, partner, because I gave you life. I gave you that talent. And if you using your time and your talent in a way that's not glorifying me, then I can't stand by that.
Well, I got to ask you then. We talking about God. The Bible. In the Bible, correct. Moses bodied somebody and hit him in the sand. You think God was down with it or he was against it?
Nah, I don't think that God was down with that, brother.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because God's commandments say thou shalt not kill.
No, the commandment says in the Hebrew text, thou shalt not murder. Murder and kill is two different things. Sometimes you got to kill to eat. Sometimes you got to kill to protect. To murder is to kill without reason, without a warranted reason to do so. Like if you're standing there and somebody walk in here and just walk up to you with a knife, you're gonna defend yourself. Now, in defend yourself, let's say you push that person, he falls, he hits his head on one of these nice chairs that we got from the barber plug. Shout out to the barber plug.
Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? That's not murder.
Well, they didn't kill him.
You were defending yourself. You get what I'm saying?
You know,
in street culture, if I've been in a situation where I know I walk into this situation, these guys tried to rob me, or there were some guys down the block that didn't like my friends, so they came through to do something to us, so we had to do something to them so that we could live. This is the mindset of street culture. It's not so much glorification like, yo, I don't like that guy, so I killed him. You know what I mean? Like, I can never really like, okay, if you're playing a character in your music, then cool. But that would never be cool for me to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. But when you got rappers that's now saying, yo, I'm lying in 95% of my rhymes.
Yeah.
When Fat Joe said that,
how
you felt about that?
I felt like Fat Joe was trying to protect our culture from being attacked by a task force that's designed to bring us down through our lyrics.
So you mean that he wasn't telling the truth when he said that?
No, I think he was telling the truth. But I think that based on the fact that a lot of us have come up in that same street culture where we felt like we had to tell accurate stories or mix in the truth, not the whole thing was the truth. And he was just giving his part of it like, yo, I might have said this. Yeah, this part was true. But I capped a little bit with the rest of it. And that's what a lot of rappers do.
He said a little bit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when we said, brother, listen, I was a middle school teacher before I was a rapper, you heard me? I taught math.
Right.
If I go in there to my middle school students and if I tell them, all right, class, we about to learn multiplication today. MECC, got something for y'all. 6 times 4 is 39. All right, class? Don't laugh, class, or you're going to get a detention.
Right.
You heard me? 6 times 4 is 39,
Right.
all right? Class, say it back to me. 6 times 4 is...
39.
6 times 4 is
39.
6 times 4 is
39.
Then I turned it into a game and I put a melody to it and I got everybody in the class chanting 6 times 4 is 39, right?
Right.
They go home that day, it's stuck in their head. 6
Right.
times 4 is 39.
Right.
They go back on the block, they go tell everybody, man, I learned, man, Mr. Augustine taught me 6 times 4 is 39. 6 times 4 is 39, right? Now they miseducating the rest of the hood. But that's on me. Cause I told them 6 times 4 was 39.
No,
The role of hip hop, you saying that it's okay, brother. It's okay. No. If I had their attention in that classroom, and if my job as a teacher was to teach them multiplication, that's on me.
Listen,
Matt.
but I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, there is a rule to math. That is going to be corrected. They do their own observations and throughout life, that is going to be corrected.
They go hard.
There's going to be a smart kid in that class like, that ain't what my parents told me. I ain't saying this shit.
It does
my dad gonna slap me upside his head.
Hold on.
My dad gonna go upside my head if I go home and I say
feel like I'm your teacher.
Right.
Who taught you that?
And that's how I feel. Say that again. You said they're gonna be like, what?
Who your teacher?
Who your teacher?
Who taught you that?
And when it come to hip hop, and when it comes to the life lessons that we're learning from hip hop, it's like, man, who is y'all teacher? And we looking at our favorite rappers like, well, I've been listening to him my whole life. And they either saying, well, I ain't no role model. I'm just a hustler. I'm just getting money out this game. You shouldn't be looking up to me, da-da-da. Bro, you might not have asked for it, but God has blessed you to be in a leadership position if you are a popular rapper. How many dudes want to be successful rappers?
I don't think that's a blessing.
To be a popular rapper?
No. I don't think it's a blessing that you're in a leadership position. Let's think about this.
It's a responsibility.
Let's think about this. A leadership position. Rappers aren't politicians.
Nah.
This is a testament of how far we've fallen in a structure of society when there's no parents, when there's no real teachers, when there's no real role models. We're looking at a TV screen. We're listening to a radio to find a leader. This ain't where every other nation find their leaders. Nah, the leaders is out in the street. They doing work in the communities. They doing that. Why are we the only people that have to go to MTV or go to Spotify to find a leader? It's a testimony of how fucked up shit is for us.
Niggas watch movies. Niggas watch gangster movies and all of that and want to be
none of that,
old dog.
None of that negates the responsibility of the person who's sending out the message.
There is a responsibility.
It is.
Does Weird Al Yankovic have a fucking responsibility to his listeners?
Don't call it responsibility if you don't want to take it, but there's still accountability. You're accountable because you said this.
No, you're accountable. You're accountable if you listen to this shit.
That's bullshit.
And you made it a life philosophy.
That's bullshit.
There's Bibles, there's Qurans, there's so many other things you could pick to follow than this.
Seriously.
I thought, bro,
you're not being honest.
No, I am being honest because if Old Dirty Bastard is the first rapper you listen to, you're gonna look at Old Dirty Bastard and be like, "Why are you not teaching the youth?" That's Old Dirty Bastard, my nigga.
That's an exception.
He's having fun.
But Old Dirty Bastard,
fun.
Come on, bro.
Nah, bro. You
can't
take the fun out of the music.
When I grew up in New Orleans and we, our culture was centered around violence. They got a Lil Wayne verse that it just be in my head. So listen to this verse. I'm a little elementary school, middle school student growing up listening to this verse, right? Mm-hmm. Not even 13 years old. When I ride, the chopper be on my side, dog. Niggas better run, duck, hide, dog, cause I'm about to let bullets fly, dog. Bop, get it right. They all know Lil Weezy ride at night. I dip low and I'm strapped up tight. Duct tape your mama and shoot off in your wife, nigga. Love. Ain't nothing nice around here, stupid. Keep playing, you won't see next year, stupid. Keep spraying, the Mag 11 burst, hit him where it hurts. I'ma shoot first, so this. Come on, man. I ain't even done yet. Woo! And I'm a little kid.
You sound like you was battling us, though. You was shooting that man. Now shit.
But let's be clear.
You sound like
a teenager wrote that. Would I look to a teenager for leadership?
My whole generation looked up to Lil Wayne.
A teenager wrote that.
Okay, but his OG co-signed it. The same
what does that have to do with anything?
Because
again,
we're getting away. No, hold on, stop. We keep getting away from the point you made earlier.
I dare one of my sons to come in the house talk about, I'm gonna follow this rapper. I'm gonna go upside his head.
He's not gonna say that. Cause he ain't that. No,
he's never gonna say that.
He's never gonna say that.
And be like, yo, you hear this dumb shit?
But see,
don't believe it. It's fun to listen to, but don't believe it. Yeah. That's because they have a father.
Yeah,
bro.
When there's no father or no mother that got common sense.
So since we know that most of these kids are not growing up in healthy households, we as people that have been blessed to be in leadership positions need to say, yo,
It's not a leadership
It
position.
is.
Bro,
It is.
entertainment.
It is.
And bro,
it
the
is
fact,
not.
hey, the fact that we've turned that into entertainment, and we be like, well, since it got a tight beat, and since he got fire wordplay, rapping about murder for a whole verse, that is entertainment to us. That's a problem, dog. I'm not saying nothing crazy. Common sense is not controversial.
All right,
But we don't have common sense no more, dog.
I'll give you this. And you know what? There may be some areas where it's that detrimental. But for the households where there's a mother and a father, that's not happening.
Okay, but we're not talking about those.
But
We're not talking about those.
regardless, I'm
If
not
your
responsible for how to.
You said your
I'm
son
not
wouldn't do
responsible
what?
for
You
that,
said
bro.
your son wouldn't do what?
They wouldn't. They might listen to this music. Like my son sent me. Hold on. And then I'm about to give somebody some pub or whatever. Zay. Zay sent me yesterday a rapper named Enjoyable. And yeah, he's pretty much rapping about things that y'all probably don't want to hear about. And we're laughing about it. We're laughing. Look.
It's a lot of laughing emojis.
Yeah, we're laughing.
Right.
Because he knows it's entertainment. But if I need leadership, I go to my dad.
Dad's
I'm
a
not
rapper.
going to a rapper.
Dad's
Everybody
a
don't
rapper.
have
Dad's
a dad
a rapper.
to go
Dad's
to.
a
Everybody don't
rapper.
have a dad that's a
Dad's
rapper.
a rapper.
Dad's a rapper.
And dad is a battle rapper. You know how many
Dad's
people
a
I
rapper.
killed in person?
I know. That's what I wanted to do.
Bruh.
But to you, it's funny. That's what I'm saying.
But to me, it's
right.
to me, it's lyrical entertainment.
But
Now,
that's
I might have crossed the line a couple times and turned it into some real shit.
And punch somebody.
Yeah, exactly. But for the most part, if you standing there and you just lyrically enjoying like what I'm saying, you finding the metaphors, the similes, all that shit, and you breaking that down and you being amazed by it, it's entertainment.
We were just talking
Why
about,
are we the only ones who do that in our music and try to justify it? Because
not true.
I don't see white people
That's not- yes,
rapping
you do.
about killing each other
Do you
and,
know-
and
you
having
don't
it
listen to country.
plastered mainstream.
You don't listen to country
Bro,
and you don't listen to rock.
Their country, their music, that just
Brother,
talk like
you
that's
don't
not
listen
the
to-
prevalent themes in. Bro, we have entire genres of rap
Hold on.
dedicated to I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
kill you.
Hold on.
Drill,
That's
man.
drill music.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And country, you know how many country singers rap about killing their wives or who they cheating
Not
with?
as many as the
or
ones that-
killing themselves.
Crimes
Not-
of passion,
Or killing themselves.
depression, different
Okay.
things.
So I'm
We
not
talk
saying
about that
rock
too.
and roll.
I'm not saying that never happens in other genres, but that's not the dominant subject matter. We got rappers arguing about, bro. We have rappers who have been arguing. Who was that? Was that T.I. and was that Gucci and Jeezy? They just have the debates over who invented trap music. And cats is like getting tight behind that. Like, man, I invented trap music. You know what I mean? I want to take the credit for inventing the genre that's talking about how much dope we sold and all that type of stuff. And you got cats here that like we go hard behind like, nah, I take pride in being real good at glorifying this. I saw a dude interviewing Benny the Butcher a few months ago. He was like, so Benny the Butcher, who are your top 5 cocaine rappers of all time? You know what I mean? That's our people that come with them type of dumb subject matters for an interview.
Right.
That's us, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Yeah. What's wrong?
Yeah.
That's not cool,
Yeah, but
bro.
okay, when I was young, I was into that.
Did you have an OG who told you to stop it?
Bro, what do you think I'm doing here?
My point.
What do you think I'm doing
Exactly.
here?
That's the whole point.
But
That's
understand,
the whole point.
You are
if it
OG, not a
turned
DJ.
just like battle rap, okay, I don't actually want to kill you.
Okay. No, hold on.
Hold on. I don't actually want to kill you. I'm not actually going to shoot you, your mans, and all of that. I'm not actually going to do that. But we find entertainment in the lyrical way that I
Okay.
perform that, right?
Granted,
Correct.
granted.
And I just wanted to say real quick, these are the most powerful country songs about suicide.
You had to look that
Hold on,
up,
hold on,
and that's
hold on,
about
hold on, hold
killing
on.
themselves.
Hold on. Hold on.
that's suicide, bro.
Hold on, though.
Facts.
Whiskey Lullaby, Alison Cross. How'd you get
girl
that
left
lonely? Hurt.
His girl left him.
The Call. Why? Independence Day.
His girl cheated on him.
But bruh,
She left him.
look, there's a song called Kill Myself.
He reaching right now.
Kill myself.
You reaching
suicide,
like
bro.
a
I'm not
motherfucker.
reaching.
He reaching right now.
I'm not reaching.
He had to Google top country
Because
songs
I don't listen to
about
country.
death.
But I don't listen to country.
Meanwhile, with rap, all you gotta do is go to the most popular playlist right now. Let's just go to the top of whatever the most popular playlist is.
Go ahead, go.
It's totally different.
Go, let's see.
Man, I go to that, brother, and
what do you see?
And rappers be so sensitive that I genuinely love all of us. Like, I genuinely do, dog.
Right.
My whole adult life been dedicated to making this world better. Right. Teaching our youth in the trenches.
Right.
Being a rapper, that I could have took that route too. I'm from the 9. I'm from New Orleans, from the East, you heard me?
You ever sold drugs?
No, never sold drugs. Grew up around it, got people in prison for it, yeah. Best friend got murdered right in front of my, in front where we grew up at, yeah, all that.
Right.
All that, the whole 9. Had a gun to my temple. Had somebody that's real well known in our culture.
Right.
Partners trying to earn a stripe with them. And call themselves coming and robbing me and my homeboy on the basketball court when I'm in college. And I got that thing pressed up right here on me. All that, yeah, bro.
Right.
So this ain't me just talking from like, oh, I grew up in the burbs and I'm just like, what are you rappers talking about? Man, you had my student kill my other student. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, in real life, so I know the murder victim and the murderer. Like, dang,
right?
Yeah, bro. So I'm messed up when it comes to this. Right. To where when I bury my best friend and I'm a pallbearer, and then I get in the car after the funeral and I turn on what I'm used to listening to, which is When I Ride the, and I listen to it after I just finished burying my best friend.
It's distasteful.
It hit different.
Yeah,
it hit different, man.
It's distasteful.
So that's what I'm on.
But when you're on Call of Duty. It's just fine.
I don't play that either, dog.
They're not rapping.
But that's deflection. That's deflection, though.
No, it's not deflection.
When all we want to do, because at
it's not deflection.
They're not rapping in Call of Duty.
You jump into a whole nother topic right now. We talking about
should
rap.
not be looking at rappers like leaders, bro. I said this.
What?
I said this on Phantom. I said, to fatherless niggas, this a leader that inspires you. To the fatherless, to the people who don't have actual role models around. That's who it inspires. But to the people who grew up with somebody there that they could call my hero, that's not it.
It depends on who your hero is. You said earlier, wait,
got a degenerate father. That's different, okay?
You said earlier that you rap for OGs.
Yeah.
You said they were entertained by the fact that your stories were real.
Yes.
Right? So that's why you wrote them that way.
Yes.
Here's where the failure kicked in. Those OGs never told you how it was supposed to end. It's supposed to end. What do you mean
they never told me? I was there, seeing how it was ended.
Because then they wouldn't be entertained by that part necessarily. They'd be entertained by the ending. You're supposed to end like this.
It depends on what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the part where those same people who are entertained by the shit you're talking no longer do that shit.
Oh no, these niggas they wouldn't let me hustle in the crack spot. I had to go get my own work someplace else. So yes, they did do good.
No, they did.
They did do good.
It was still hustling.
Everybody else was going downtown. Math was not allowed. You know what I'm saying?
You're missing my whole point.
Math was not allowed. But I'm letting you know what it was.
No, you're missing my whole point.
I'm not missing the point because I'm trying to show you that they believed in my talent, so they wouldn't let me get involved in certain things. I got involved in certain things other places.
Had they really been about that action,
that wasn't that.
They would have wanted to hear you rap about something other than that.
Believe that. That's real. That's
other
real.
They wouldn't have been entertained by you telling their old stories.
That's real.
To the point where you were reliving their stories through you. Like whatever you want to call it. However you want to call it.
This my thing.
They would have been entertained by that.
This is my thing. Number one, we got to hold the fans accountable too. Because my thing is this. Listen. Don't cry when your favorite rapper dies if you love to hear them glorify murder when they was alive.
I respect that.
Don't be all sad.
I respect that, but they're going to be sad because someone that they like to escape their reality with is gone.
That probably wasn't even your reality. Most of them.
That's what I'm saying.
In the first place.
Listen, yo, Mac, hold on. You be with Buster, bro. Like, come on, bro. When you out on stage, when he's performing, and you look out into that crowd, you are not seeing a sea of black people. Stop.
I'm not seeing a sea of gangsters either.
You're seeing a sea of
gangsters around.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not. You're not, right? You're not. I went on stage with Snoop Dogg.
What's the point?
Long Beach Crip. I looked out into the crowd. All I saw was white.
What's the point? What does
Why
that
do we
have to
keep
do with-
looking at our people like we the dumb one, like we following rappers? We're not following rappers,
because
bro. I was following a guy on a corner. I wasn't following
we
a
are
rapper.
the ones suffering the immediate consequences that he's talking about. And
But
it's self-inflicted.
I get what you're saying.
That's the problem.
I get it.
I don't want to look at other cultures and how they get down. I'm worried about ours first.
hey,
and
But
we
the
fucking
fix is not the
ourselves up.
rap. The fix is, hey, dad, go check on your kid. Hey, mom, go listen
Why
to
can't
your
the
kids.
fix be
some-
both?
yo,
Why
man.
can't the fix be both?
Some people grew up without mothers and fathers, though.
Hold on, could we get it somewhere?
There is an option. There is an option. I think more and more right now, rappers are letting you know, look, if I'm rapping about this shit is entertainment. I don't want you to buy into this shit and
I
make
left
it your
it behind.
lifestyle.
Right.
Benny the Butcher has done like 150 million interviews saying, I show on both sides of it. So, you know, I got people's in the grave and da-da-da-da-da-da. Every interview, I see him saying this. So it is coming to the point where there's a realization of, I don't really want to mislead you. Yeah, this part, my adrenaline was pumping and we felt proud about this. But in hindsight, we was bugging. It's happening. I don't think there's too many rappers out there, especially with this Rico shit going on, that want to just keep telling you. And the ones that are, you see what's gonna happen. We already see it playing out. Times are changing. If you look at the playlist, who's number one? Because you pull that up, and you didn't read off the top 10.
Yeah. So this is just one playlist.
I guarantee you, it's not those rappers.
The second song on the playlist is Big X the Plug,
What's the first?
Gunna, featuring Offset.
His whole name.
Yeah, okay, cool.
His whole name.
Gunna, again, bruh, we got to see his life. So it's not what you selling. You dig what I'm saying? The reality is there now.
Our music is gonna outlive us.
Right.
When we all dead and gone and we transition, that music is still going to outlive us.
Right.
When rappers try to justify, man, how dare you try to talk about what I got going on, man? I'm out here giving out turkeys in my community.
Yeah.
That turkey feeds somebody for one day. That music is gonna pour into people for 20, 30, 40 years of
That's
their
a
life.
fact. I still listen to Biggie to this day.
To this day, dog.
But okay.
So you feeding people in two different ways.
Are you robbing people or you
Nah, I'm chilling.
give me the loot? And when you play on give me the loot, are
But
you
we
downtown with the
always-
hammer?
Nah, but it brings me back to when the album dropped and we was younger and we was running around listening to that shit. Like
we
it
were
bring me to
all
that.
we were
was
young,
influenced by
influential
Biggie.
minds that didn't have real role models around.
Which put
I listened
Biggie
to
in a
that, but I
leadership
listened to that
position.
shit and I didn't do none
So
of that
life
shit.
taught
You know
us
what I
the
mean?
experience.
Which puts
I
We
know
don't
it was
need the
entertainment
rappers
back
put
then.
Biggie in a leadership position. That's what he's saying. That made him a leader.
But that is such a sad account.
Who cares? Who cares? It's still the account.
No, but
it doesn't matter.
we
if it's
need
a
to
good
let
thing.
people know that's sad, bro.
Of course
if rappers are your role models.
If he's saying that that's sad, then everybody
Rappers-
unsubscribe from this channel right now.
Right, no.
Unsubscribe from this rapper's channel right
First
now.
of all, we gonna erase that shit.
Yeah,
Hey, ain't nobody
Rappers ain't
unsubscribe
leaders.
nothing.
Rappers are not leaders.
They're not doing it. Rappers
So
are not.
why are you following
Listen,
somebody if he's
listen.
not a leader?
That's-
Hey, I'm not a rapper.
But a rapper
I'm
should
not a
not be
rapper.
like the
Y'all can stick around and
pick
follow
up the
me.
litter.
I'm not rapping at all. Stick
It
around
should
and
be
follow
a pick
me.
of the litter, bro.
All right.
So you
Respect.
telling me Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, he's responsible for all the deadbeat dads in the world?
He made one song about that.
Yeah, is he responsible for
He
all the
made
deadbeat
one
dads?
song about
Why
that.
we not digging him up like, you the reason my pops left because he called my mom's Billie Jean? Why we not doing
He
that?
made one
Why we not doing
song.
that?
That's one record.
But then
man.
Michael Jackson was powerful though.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
super.
record.
One record is could do so much.
Billie
more.
Jean's not
so I
even
got
his
one
biggest
record. So
It's
Mac,
one of
I
them,
got
That's
man.
not even his biggest
But it's
record.
so
one
Mac,
of them,
I got
man.
one record that I could get gangsta on, and I'm good. I'm good.
Tell your story.
Just one record.
Okay, wait. Let me put it this way. This conversation is. I see where it's going. Let me just say this real quick.
Right.
My love for hip hop has nothing to do with necessarily the content.
Right.
I like the skill level. Therefore, you can spit about whatever.
Right.
As long as it's a high skill level. That's what I appreciate.
Yeah,
so I've been
you
able
with the Dungeon Dragon all day.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You running out, pyromaniacs in the world, man. We can't be doing that rah-rah like a Dungeon Dragon anymore. Like, come on, bro. That don't make no sense.
This is the reason that you do it again.
Bus be talking that shit though.
Yeah, because that's where he's come from. That's what he comes from. But his first and foremost thing is competition and lyrics. Lyrics beats competition. Whatever the content goes in, if it's whack, if you just spitting that shit just to spit it, and it's whack, he's not fucking with it because it's whack. That shit's trash. First and foremost, it gets beyond. I'm living through my lyrics, so I'm really doing this. No, we understand that this is rap. We understand that this is rap, but we come from a different generation. We don't come from the drill generation.
For the record, I want you guys to go look up Busta Rhymes' record called "Why We Die."
One record.
Bus got stop, man.
One record.
Busta Rhymes is Big Brooklyn all day. He be talking that.
I just
shit,
want y'all to go look it up.
He is a grown man who came up in the worst part of Brooklyn, ex-drug dealer, the whole shit.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But is that his platform? Do you know him for doing that? Is he running around telling you to do that? Or do you know him for saying, give me some more? Do you know him for saying, put your hands?
Yep.
Do you know him for saying, pass the Cavassier?
Right.
Give me a drink. I'm not out here wild.
Do you know him for saying, then I gotta get it, then I gotta hit it, then I gotta hit it.
MECC is trying to negate the fact that Busta Rhymes was murdering niggas on a record where Jay-Z and DMX was positive.
I'm not negating anything.
And he also dragged somebody out the club a couple weeks ago.
No,
Saved his life.
We're not gonna do that.
Saved him.
Not gonna do
Saved him.
We're not gonna do that.
No, saved him.
Yeah.
Saved him. I was there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm bullshitting.
Yo, saved him. However, the point is, Redman talks about that, but we don't know Redman for doing it. Method Man talks that, but we don't know that. That's not their platform. That's not their whole thing. That's one or two records in a whole body of work where we don't even equate those artists with that kind of shit. Redman ready to rock. I got a Glock and bow. Your body is all over the block, but we don't negate. We don't associate him with that. That was a line. We knew he was spitting. He was trying to say the hardest line. We know Red for smoking weed and having a good time.
Facts.
And wilding and being your cool homeboy who smokes weed.
Shout to Redman. He hit me up yesterday too. Shout to Big
Method
Red.
Man is your guy. We know him for the exact same thing. To Cal,
Came to bring the pain.
But meanwhile, some of those lines in those verses, the body, nigga want to hang with the meth, bring the rope. The only way you hang is by the neck, nigga.
That was a lynching.
That's right.
That was a lynching.
We don't know him for doing that. Right. Ice Cube's crew was called Lynch Mob, but he was talking about, stay out of Black Korea, shop at Black-owned spots. He married a Black woman, stayed with her the whole, of course we know people who got down like that. Right. And of course there are people who, my father been in my life. So I hear exactly what you say. I looked up to my father before I looked up to anybody. Right. I appreciated rap for the lyrics, but everybody ain't like that. And what did we tell Fabio when he was here? What did I say to him? He said, if I could save one kid, it's worth it. I said, no. Why is it just one? Why are we settling for one?
Nah, bro.
Get more than one.
Because it's not his responsibility.
I think it is.
Right.
He did a march with gangbangers and all of that.
Do more. I'm sick of that shit. You march for one day, but your verse sticks around for 15 years. He just said that.
MECC, again, you can't. All right. There's an obvious detachment where you allow Redman to do shit and then other rappers have to do better. I don't understand it.
We don't know that. You skip the whole...
One thing, we all love hip-hop. We all love it passionately.
Yes,
Shout out our legends.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of the people we call legends, we need to stop calling them legends, by the way. Because if you ask, what are they a legend of? If what you contributed to the art form was the glorification of murder and the glorification of drug dealing, it's like, let's call you a legend at what you're actually a legend at. Because the word legend by itself, somebody could be a legend at mopping these floors.
Right.
If we just say, he a legend. A legend at what? At mopping floors. Oh, all right. That just allowed me to have some context and know where to put him at. But a lot of these people we call legends in hip hop, it'd be like, what did they spend their career choosing to push out there to the masses? If all you pushed was black murder, All you pushed was selling dope and glorifying that and turning yourself into a boss, a kingpin. God bless you.
Thanks.
Let's call you a legend at what you're a legend at, because just the word legend by itself, it's like a safe space for people to be like, man, I'm a legend. Therefore, I don't feel no need to evolve. You know what I mean?
I feel like you're a legend if you did legendary shit too.
Yeah. So was Adolf Hitler a legend?
Nah.
A legendary Christian?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Well,
No,
you don't want me to do that.
We're not finna do that.
But he was.
Legendary Nazi. He definitely wasn't no legendary Christian.
Was he a Christian?
Because if he claimed to be a Christian, he wasn't living a Christ-like life.
Yeah.
So you can never call Adolf Hitler a legendary Christian.
Again.
You trolling.
There is so much. There is so much genocide in the Bible. It's not even funny. Listen. I know some of y'all probably, never even picked up the book. But yo, just read it. Read it. There is so much murder. It's ridiculous,
That's
bro.
not why you should read it.
There's
though.
like billions of people dying within the first 5 books, bro. It's nuts.
So then you get to the New Testament when Jesus was born.
And there's more people dying.
No, at that point, it's totally different.
Oh no, in that era?
In that era.
Oh no, the Roman
when Jesus was walking the
Roman
earth,
occupation,
and when Jesus was doing miracles and preaching the
Judea.
gospel.
The Roman occupation of Judah, bruh, they were babies being hung from mothers' necks because they were circumcised. This was going on.
Bro,
There is murder all throughout that book.
that doesn't mean that it's right or that it was justified or that it was being smiled upon by
It's
God.
not.
Right.
But should we look at the book and be like, damn, you keep talking about murder. We need to judge this book. Are we doing that?
That's why the Bible is, because the Bible is realistic. Oh, cats been getting murdered since forever.
These guys are doing the same thing.
But who are we supposed to be being like? If you're reading the Bible, then it's because, we're supposed to be living a Christ-like life. Jesus Christ. That's what we're supposed to be being. Was Jesus murking cats?
No.
Don't even think that hard.
Wait.
They said don't think that hard.
There is 33 years not accounted for his life,
You
correct?
think he was buying
now you speculating. So now
There
you
is
speculating.
33 years not accounted for his life.
No, he
correct?
only lived to be 33.
Okay, all right, but there's a good span of time that you don't know what was going on.
So instead of assuming
Correct.
that a man who was doing miracles
Lassie.
and healing people in the parts that was accounted, instead of assuming he was doing that in them other years, you gonna sit here and be the pessimist and say, he probably was murking cats.
We do know that he ran down on
and flipped some tables.
yeah, and flipped some. How
Why
you know it
though?
was
But
just
why?
flipping tables?
But why? How you know it's just
How do
flipping
you know it's
tables?
just flipping
I'm reading the
tables?
text.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, all right.
And he flipped them tables for a righteous cause.
You really are trolling.
No. I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling because
Like
if you follow the same timeline,
right.
there's a character named Joshua. Joshua in Greek is Jesus. He was a rebel leader. He fought against the Romans. He was crucified. There's 2 different stories going on at the same time, if you know where to look. So I don't know. You dig what I'm saying?
You're looking on Wikipedia, man.
I'm not.
Tripping, man.
Read the book of the Maccabees.
Somebody in China just went and wrote something.
Read the book of the Maccabees. It was
all
the
right.
books that were removed from the original text.
Respect.
Right.
When it comes to hip hop culture, we all love it. Here's the thing, fellas. This is all I'm advocating for. There's 2 types of love you can show in life. You're an amazing father of 5. I just found that out, right?
Right.
There's affirmative love and there's transformative love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Affirmative love is to where you love someone or something so much that all you want to do is speak positively about it and pour into it. I'm sure you love your children so much. My daughters, I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all so beautiful. My sons, man, you so tough. You so intelligent. Like, man, I love you, da-da-da. Affirmative love is cool, but transformative love is better because transformative love is I'm going to affirm you when it's time, but I'm going to correct you when it's time. And correcting you is so that I can make you be the best version of yourself.
Right.
You've had to correct your kids countless times, I'm sure.
Definitely.
All I'm saying is that in hip hop, something that we love so much, let's practice transformative love and think about the ways in which the culture could be better for all of us. And in doing that, people act like, man, if you got anything negative to say about hip hop, you a clout chaser, you a hater, you just trying to, you jealous, da-da-da. It's like, no, bro. There's clearly some things that we can all acknowledge ain't the healthiest about the culture.
Right.
And all I'm saying is we got to have them discussions. What better time than the 50th year of hip hop when everybody wants to celebrate the culture?
But looking from another perspective, singling people out, it's hard to deliver a message when someone feels like they're being attacked. Correct? Like if there was a Muslim rapper that decided to throw your name out there and be like, you need to stop telling people this, how interested would you be in speaking to that person or receiving that message?
So when I see people online all day, we could go on my Instagram comments right now, and I see people making comments, you know, crazy stuff. Oh, he just a clout chasing Christian, or he just D1 is this, he's that. Bro, stuff that I know is absolutely not true, man, that stuff don't bother me, man. I see it every day. Everything from threats to just claims that's totally, you know, erroneous. Right. But if it was something that I was like, oh, dang, they speaking that real about me. It's something I ain't even want to confront, but they speaking it. It probably would hit a little different. And I feel like, I'm sure you get the same thing all day. People like, oh, this podcast ain't this, it ain't that. Yeah. But you know this is a fire show. Right. And I'm thankful to be on it, right? That being said, the stuff that got some truth to it hits different, brother. So I don't think that it's, yo, if you call out somebody's name, automatically you went too far. I would never call out somebody's character. I'm talking about public content that is out there for the masses to hear. Right. If I'm just saying, yo, this on Apple Music, anybody in the world can literally hear this right now, and I'm speaking on something that's already public, and I'm saying, yo, based on this content and who this person is, there's a disconnect here between like, like this what you glorifying in the music, but this is who you are, and you're an OG at this point, and we all know that this ain't that.
So let's get to it.
I don't think that's a bad thing, bro.
Meek Mill, he was someone that you brought up in an interview, saying you don't understand how you're pushing reform, but you just dropped the record talking about this. I don't know if this was a byproduct of that call out, but then I saw Meek shortly after in the interview saying our records actually get pushed more when we talk about this type of shit.
That was before my interview. That was before. By the way. I saw that too.
You saw it. Okay. So when it comes down to, all right, I got two options. I can make this money this way.
We talking about somebody that's already a multi-millionaire though, bro. At what point is it like, bro,
we don't know what Meek got in his bank account.
Man, let me leave. Man.
We don't know. We don't know, bro. We don't know. We really don't know.
So now we sitting here giving the excuse that these dudes that got all this jewelry, got all this. Man, I'm gonna sit down. I ain't gonna leave, brother. Right. I ain't got no private jet. Unlike some other rappers, Jeremy. I ain't got no private jet, but some other rappers who steadily on private jets, got all this jewelry, got all these cars.
You can't buy
They've sold millions of records and very smart businessmen, but all of a sudden we're gonna say, well, they might not even have all that money, so they might be doing this for the bag. It's like,
I'll be honest with you.
Doing it for the bag.
I'll be honest
probably doing it for the bag.
I'll be honest with you. How much of this shit is a facade? I mean, at the
Some
time,
of them probably don't even own cars.
At the time, Bow Wow got caught capping, like he was on a private jet. We would have assumed that he was sitting on a couple million, correct?
Just because he wasn't on a private jet don't mean he wasn't sitting on a couple million.
But why was he capping?
Because the private jet look is way better than the Delta Row 14C look.
Exactly.
What you laughing for, man? I'm serious, bro.
Was that your seat?
No, just being real.
You just shot your seat out?
Just being real.
That's the seat I'm sitting in tomorrow on my flight. I'm keeping it all the way real. Literally.
And all the jury don't be real neither.
Yeah, okay. I sat across from a rapper in the studio. Diamond.
Not saying niggas.
Big, heavy piece. He said, you see this? You think this is real? But ain't nobody gonna question it.
Because of who you are.
Out of a $100,000 vehicle.
And those be rentals.
I don't know. Now MECC believes that he was just trying to get me not to rob him, but I don't think so. This is a genuine person. We had genuine conversations.
When you gonna stop robbing people? That's the real. You still robbing?
No, I'm not, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, stop. I don't do that.
God, you don't do that.
I don't do that.
So which one is it? Is it that you rapping? Is it that you be rapping reality, or is it that like, nah, I don't do that? See that, bro? Which one is it?
This conversation happened at a time while I was still battle rapping in the early stages.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's not podcast Hoffa.
We just got it different.
My pinky toe is in the industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a problem with this. A lot of these people who rap these lyrics and a lot of these executives that promote and market these type of lyrics, they don't let their own kids listen to that type of music.
No, they don't.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. However, they can't stop it.
It's like the manager at McDonald's don't let you eat
They
McDonald's.
can't stop 'em.
Unless kids eat McDonald's.
They can't stop their
They
kids
can't
from
stop their
listening
kids
to the
from
music.
That shit disgusting.
But they try with everything in them. And the fact that you'll market this music, but you won't let your kids listen to it, something ain't right about that, buddy.
And you
something
know-
ain't right.
listen,
and you know something ain't
you
right
know
about that.
something ain't right.
The play is so crazy that you take someone from an impoverished neighborhood who, of course, to the rest of the nation is going to tell you stories that people in the suburbs are like, what? They're captivated by it because it's like, how could this be happening? Like, from where I live, it is quiet at 8 o'clock. But where I live, there's gunshots going on all night. I lost my man last night. My mom's hooked on drugs. It's the attraction to what's going on, and because that's where the stories come from. Who wants to watch a movie about, yeah, I just had a regular life. Hey, check out my regular life. I got a whole movie coming out on it. No, nobody wants to see that. That's why there's a hero, there's a villain, there's controversy, there's a love interest. The stories. It's the stories that we really attracted to. But we have to be able to detach.
I think
T.I. had a very powerful song title on his Paper Trail album. It's called My Life, Your Entertainment. Oh, bro. When
I like that song.
Yeah, bro. I
Yeah.
think that song might have featured Usher, maybe, if I recall correctly.
yeah,
Right.
either Justin Timberlake. I think it was.
No,
Usher.
it wasn't Justin
was Usher.
Timberlake.
It
That was
was Usher.
that was the last track on that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Dead and Gone. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's so powerful, bro, that for so many rappers, this is our life, whatever we putting out there. And the fact that y'all are just entertained by it, bro, the most toxic space in hip hop is the comment section on Instagram.
Yeah.
Cause you could see that somebody just died and fans who didn't like that artist, they under there laughing with the laughing emojis. If that artist was beefing with somebody who them fans do like, oh, they under there trolling this person's dead body, literally.
Yeah.
Brother, that's the problem is fans at this point need to be held more accountable too, bro. Because the fans are oftentimes making the artists feel so insecure that the artists are like, dang, if I don't keep giving them this toxic music, they ain't even gonna like me no more.
But that's their freedom. That's the I'm never gonna make it no place. I mean, yo, like you know how many people do blogs on this show that are complete losers? Like how much shit comes out about yo, bro, it's crazy. But it's every single week. There's guys that got whole channels dedicated to just talking shit about this show. But that's their life. I know that they'll never make it to this level. Because that type of energy don't make it to this level. You know what I'm saying? But that's their outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, society has led them in a direction where hating on somebody else that may be doing something worth watching or other people are attracted to is where they feel comfortable. And it's sad.
It's possible to be
But we can't hold them accountable. Like if you write a comment to me and I read it just on a terrible day and I decide to blow my brains out, you can't charge that person with murder.
Oh,
I never had this thought before in my life.
But I'm saying some people kill themselves over comments on
bullying.
social media.
This shit,
Internet bullying is what it's
now
called.
that, I think they made a law about this in China
because they understand
it
people need to be held accountable.
But these were kids in school.
Somebody still got to be held accountable.
Couldn't keep dealing with the negativity that just kept coming out.
Brother, you proving my point. So in hip hop, if we are feeding our kids that are still in school this brand of hip hop that's constantly glorifying murder and drug dealing and disrespecting women, what you think our kids are consuming and sitting with? And we sitting there thinking, nah, that's okay. It's not a problem that they consume all that.
They need a stronger mental than that. Because if you watch CSI, bro, the bad guys are black. Okay. The guys are sitting in like, I ain't killed nobody, man.
CSI ain't got the attention of the hood, of the youth in the hood.
Believe it or not,
bro.
there's so many black women watching these crime shows. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They love that shit.
But when the last time an actor from CSI caught a RICO charge or got murdered in real life?
That's true.
I know that's true.
Right.
Meanwhile, their favorite rappers that's glorifying this is catching RICOs, dog. They out here really getting murked.
Acting, the basis of it is I'm going to fake. You know this person is not actually that person. You know this.
Exactly. In rap,
However, in rap, the corporations that put these things together, they seek out the impoverished kid that needs to get out of his dangerous neighborhood. They give him a fucked up contract and show him more money than he'll ever
in
see.
advance, yep.
Right.
Yep.
And they abuse that. And if he gets killed, they make more money than if he had a successful career.
Dead rappers
You dig what I'm
get
saying?
better promotion.
Jada Kiss.
Said it the best.
Jada Kiss.
That's really the issue. That's really the problem. Why do you guys keep going and looking for these guys that can barely rap, but they got all the stories about murder?
Because
But they got all the melodies about selling drugs. And why do you keep investing in it?
because they think it's gonna sell.
When Lauryn Hill did 10 million, why wasn't Lauryn Hill, why wasn't there a search for more Lauryn Hills to keep that genre going?
Because it's harder to find.
You ever been signed?
You dig
before?
what I'm saying?
You ever been
we
signed
talked
before
about
or no?
No.
All right. I was signed to RCA Records.
Right.
Up here in New York. Signed to them. When I was signed to them, I was in the offices. I was finally at the top floor, 550 Madison Avenue. And I'm sitting here meeting the people, the executives, the suits, right?
Right.
These are my execs at my label. Bro, they're not devil worshippers. They're simply capitalists.
Yeah.
They simply are looking for whatever is going to sell. So if we got it to the point where we made peace and positivity profitable, they would look for more of what is going to make that profit.
Then I ask the question again.
That's the challenge. We got to make peace and positivity profitable.
The Fugees did 10 million records.
You can't find them like that.
Where was the other set?
You can't find them.
I
like
think
was the
that.
continuation
City
of that
High got
genre?
signed.
If it
City High
really
got
is that,
signed.
You can't find. Hold on.
When is the replica ever as good as the real thing?
but here's the thing: how many Tupacs?
Y'all are both saying
How many Tupacs on death row have we seen?
because you
How
can't
many,
find
but
them.
how many
like-
got as big as Tupac?
You
None.
can't find them.
Because the real thing ain't nothing like that. Nobody on death row got as big as Tupac. They was signed after Tupac. Snoop was already his own
he
thing.
was already there.
Nobody with the same resume.
As Pac?
Yeah.
In terms of numbers that Pac sold, no.
Who was 50 Cent?
You said on
You said
Death
Death Row.
You said Death Row.
Yeah, Pac on death row was shot prior to
Oh,
that.
I thought you meant artists that got
right?
signed to Death Row.
And everything was in the streets. Boom, 50 Cent.
So 50 got his own lane. He had his own story that was unique to him. It was
Right.
the shot 9 times. It's coming from the East Coast, which is different from West Coast.
Right.
Just different energy.
How do you feel about what he's doing now?
You want to know my honest thoughts, bro? All right. He's not making music anymore for the most part, right?
He's making intros to them TV shows. That's music.
You're right. He'll pop up with an intro to a
Yeah.
TV show.
He's not making albums. He's
right.
not making projects.
So he's
Not
in
right now.
He's in a
Eventually.
different space. Obviously, the type of songs, the type of shows that he's choosing to create is still street, narratives that
Right.
he's choosing to tell. BMF
Right.
power.
Right.
I think what'll be real gangster, the most gangster thing 50 Cent could do, Fifth, I hope you do this, my brother, is if he has truly evolved the way that a lot of us probably see that he's evolved, right? Then the most gangster thing somebody could do is to come out and say, yo, that stuff that I was once glorifying, like I was effed up. I was in a bad space in life at that time. I don't stand for none of that stuff no more. Just so y'all know. Like I'm denouncing that stuff. It's the same as
what stuff?
What stuff? The glorification of what he used to talk about in his music. You heard Get
If
Rich
that
or
kept
Die
him
Trying.
alive, what? How do you deny that? See,
He's not asking him to deny
this
it
is
then.
the-
He's
Because
talking
you
about
thinking
denouncing it now.
that's the only way he could have stayed alive.
No. I need y'all to understand. Now, Mec, I know you got a different upbringing or whatever, but you've been around some dudes.
But
And-
I'm
and-
here, brother. No. I probably ain't
Bruh,
doing
there was
first person
some
what you
times-
did. Go ahead.
If you didn't do something, you was gone. That's the situation in the hood. How can you tell somebody like, yo, if he believes in his mind, this saved my life? How can you tell him to look back and say, no, it was wrong? It's never gonna be wrong.
I disagree with that. I think there's a lot of people, I know murderers who regret that. I teach people who have murdered people before and done big time. I'm a college professor
But
currently.
these are people who
They
who
come-
murdered
They committed these crimes. They murdered people, bro.
What was the situation in which that murder happened?
Well, it's multiple people that I'm referring to. Number one,
Right.
and they attend the university that I teach at.
They did time for it.
Huh?
They did time.
Oh, they did serious time.
It's part of their reform.
Well, no, it's actually not. They were able to get out of jail because of a law that was passed that if you committed a crime, a certain type of crime when you were a minor, that after doing, like, you don't have to do a life sentence. You're able to get paroled after a certain amount. So I got catch that one of my brothers did 33.
33
Another
years.
one did 15.
Right.
Another one did 10. These are brothers who, like, I just saw one. We was at the dentist, bro, getting some work done 2 days ago. The other one, I just dapped him off on campus. The day after that, that was yesterday, matter of fact, just saw him. These are brothers who are really my friends at this point, who have, like, done real bids for these type of crimes. And I guarantee you that looking back, they're like, man, the circumstance was messed up that I was just in general in life, in the hood, in the trenches and all that. But they're not proud of or trying to justify, like, yeah, like, that's just what had to happen. Dude just had to lose his life.
I mean, I can't imagine they would say it to a classroom. But what about the people who it was self-defense?
Okay.
What about the people who had guys waiting outside who just like to just fuck with them all day long and threaten them and make them feel uncomfortable in their neighborhood, and they had to do something?
Yeah.
What about those
people? You're not talking to an angel right now.
No, I know.
All right.
That's why I'm asking.
I know you look at me and it'd be like, D don't drink, D Christian, like D, man, that man. I know you had to ask me that one time, like, you ever sold dope, D, or are you like from the hood or whatever? Right. That'd be the qualifying questions that people ask me when they start to feel like, D, you just don't get us. It's like, no, I am us, dog. Right. But what I want you to know is this. Out of all the things I done did in my life, there's dark, there's evil, all that stuff, I still have a choice when I get on that microphone in that booth of what aspects of my life I'm gonna choose to rap about.
Right.
Cause I done did so much good and bad, but that's a choice that you gotta make. So everybody that chooses to glorify murder in their music, whether they did it or not, whether they was in a situation where they had to and it was justified, you still got a choice to make when you get on this mic, which aspect of your life out of everything you done did that you wanna choose to make a brand out of.
But can you judge another man's choice? That's the question. That's the question. Can you judge a man? I'm glad that you're here to provide an alternative. But can you judge another man's choice? Is it fair?
It's not judgment if you're holding them accountable for the results.
It's accountability, brother. I think it's
not
judgment.
But again, bro, there are certain things that I did that people might not, that wasn't lawful and you might not agree with, but I had to.
I don't judge, but
I might not be here.
No, Math, hold on.
Then what?
Hold on. I don't think anybody is judging your character for the choices you felt you had to make in situations that you were in. That's not a matter, but you were still held accountable. You even talked to me about the accountability of looking back and going, fuck, look what that ended up being. Yeah. Look what that ended up turning into.
Right.
Damn, if I could have did that, man, I wouldn't even been.
And we've seen it. Like the 12-year-old shit done showed up in front of the shop before.
But that's what we're talking about. Like, it's not a matter of judging. It's not a matter of judging you for what you felt. I could sit back and go, man, you shouldn't even been in that situation. You're a fucking idiot for being there. Now that would be judging you, but that's pointless, right? Because you can't redo it.
Right. I'm
not here to make remarks. I don't. And as much as me and D1 chop it up, like, it's my guy. I interviewed him a long time ago. What I love about him is the shit he was on then is the shit he's on now. He's got more attention. He's always been talking this way. I've never seen him judge anybody. He starts off with, bro, I love you. I got respect for you. I'm not sitting here trying to play you. I'm not trying to slander you. Here's the accountability for the thing you're doing that I see is very, very harmful to the people you claim to love. And I would like you to stop doing that or find another way to do this thing where you're not hurting everybody.
And I get it. However,
am I hold on, am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
That's
I don't want to speak for you and misspeak.
Jesus hung with thieves, bro.
There you go.
He hung with thieves.
Is that what you're doing here?
There you go.
Is that why you're here, D?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He hung with thieves. Exactly.
He had to find a way to still relate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't feel like there should be a judgment passed on anyone else's decision. Mm-hmm. I think coming from what you believe in, you should understand, like, all right, it's guidance needed, not judgment. It's guidance needed.
Because nobody's perfect.
Right.
I think people
you
feel
would have had probably more of an impact being on these guys' album than saying we need to do better.
Bro, none of these dudes is finna put me on their album, dog. Come on, dog. Like, let
No,
me,
but I'm saying if it
real,
could
bro.
get to that point.
Even if I never said nothing,
Right.
They not just finna wake up one day. You know out of everybody in the world. Let me get D1 from
you
New
never
Orleans.
know, bro.
Never
You
know,
walk in like, yo, J. Cole in the other room, my
Yeah.
nigga.
I know one thing. We got to do a song together. Got
Us.
to. I'm serious.
Us?
Yeah.
I talk that talk.
But no. But and it got to be something that just so in case you don't know, my last album, I got The Game on my album. I got Kevin Gates on. He was on my first album back when I was first getting started. And I got songs with my man Starlito out of Nashville, with Lupe Fiasco, Big Crit. Like, this is something to where I specialize as saying, yo, we human beings, brother. There's so many things that we can relate on. Let's just find something that we on the same page about, put our creativity together, and bam, make a banger, make a hit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Communication leads to unification.
Right.
So in this culture, we gotta have these difficult conversations. You heard me? We got to. And when the culture is like, nah, D1, oh, that's what you on? Well, you stay over there with the rest of your people, and I'm gonna be over here in the streets with the rest of my people.
The
enemy.
And now you're not with the thieves.
There you go. That's the enemy of progress right there. It's for us to not associate with each other.
Right.
So let's just, let's keep it a bean, dog. Like, we gotta have these convos. And when you talk about the best way to have them, Joe Budden was somebody who came out and
yeah, let's get into the Joe shit. Because he called you a clout
you know him? You know him? You know him?
Do I know Joe?
We all
Yeah.
know him in this room.
I know. I don't. Okay, know in the sense of.
Wait,
know in the
come
sense of good. Because
You gotta claim
it's
your
tough.
boy. You can't not
'Cause
claim him
that
back.
was a hood. You know him? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Listen, I'm not with this guy every day, but we got a relationship. All right.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, yo, Joe, what's up? Let's go do lunch, and you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I mean, sometimes. Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Look at you. Look at you and look at you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Nowhere.
Listen.
You did all that talking just
All
to come
right,
back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. So my thing is like, sometimes Joe says and does things that really are not like friends of trying to make this culture progress in a positive way. Like it's really not conducive to making this culture progress in a positive way.
In Joe's defense, he has a word called potting. He's potting. You ever hear him say that? We
Yeah,
potting right
no,
now.
no.
We potting.
I don't think Joe.
I'm just saying, if you make up a word to separate natural conversation from what you're doing,
Yeah, but I don't think
there's
that's
something
what,
else going
I don't think
on.
that's
I'm just
what you're-
saying.
I don't think that's
I'm
what
just
you're saying
saying.
right now. Hold on.
I heard I heard him say J. Cole need to stop doing records with the street rappers because once J. Cole hop on a song with him, then these dudes, they don't want to rap about authentic street stuff as much no more. They don't want to be rapping about killing no more. It's like J. Cole come and have his effect on them.
Who is 21 Savage? I don't know about that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
You know, but he's almost like J. Cole softens them up, basically. The J. Cole effect is, dang, now you got All My Life. He's like, we don't want to hear Lil Durk making All My Life type songs. It's like, so what do you want to hear Lil Durk making?
That's Joe's opinion.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right.
So when you are a powerful person in our culture, you're in a leadership position, and you say stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's problematic. But he'll call somebody like me just a clout chaser. They called me a podcaster from New Orleans. They didn't even know who I was. So they're just like, didn't even Google. It takes 2 seconds to Google DEE-1.
Did you feel disrespected
And you
by
want to
that?
see the last 15 years? I chuckled at it. I laughed. I was like, you know what I mean? I chuckled at that. But when I see that, like, oh, you are getting angry at what it is that I represent or how I'm going about doing it, brother, you're not in a position to tell me how to go about making change when you're not even on a mission to make this type of change. And I know you're not on a mission to make this type of change because you're in a position where you're just sitting back thinking, what's the spiciest take we can have to get some clicks on the show today? Which celebrities? Every topic on the show is another celebrity. So you bringing people's names up constantly, you know what I'm saying, on your show. But then I come, a person that lives this, been living this my whole adult life, been standing on the same square since I came out. You know that. And because I named people who you know or who you friends with or whatever, all of a sudden, he just a clout chasing Christian and I don't want nothing to do with him and stop calling my name. Man, you brought my name up, dog.
Right.
Like, I didn't bring your name up, partner.
The cats on the show defended you though.
Everybody on the show defended me.
Yeah, everybody.
But then he doubled down on it. And then when he see like, oh, D1 really is somebody, because he got thousands of his fans in my comments now.
With D1, I gotta ask you.
I never talk about a man, but not be willing to talk to him. That ain't gangster, you heard me? So if you're gonna talk about me, be willing to talk to me.
Was there a benefit to that conversation?
Which convo?
That conversation that he had with his staff.
Was there a benefit?
With his cast, yeah.
For who?
If people were defending you, this is a platform, has a lot of people's eyes. He brings you up.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Now,
no, you're right. That's actually a cool point. But I don't think he brought my name up like, hey little brother, I'm gonna throw you an indirect alley-oop. So that's why I'm gonna act like I'm opposed to what you're saying, but it's really to give you a good look. It ain't that. Joe is gonna hate the fact that I'm here right now, and I was on Breakfast Club last week, and I'm gonna do big facts tomorrow.
I don't think you will.
Bro.
I don't think you will.
He said, I don't want nothing to do with you. He was turning red and everything. He was like, get away from me. Stop mentioning my name. Get away. I'm like, dog, Joe. And the crazy thing is, dog, I used to be in New Orleans.
Right.
Putting all my dudes in the hood on Joe Budden's music. Like, man, I'm telling y'all, dude, nice, bro. You talking about the pump it up, dude? Man, listen, this dude really spit. Listen to Mood
So he
music.
just returned the favor.
Listen to this.
He just returned the favor.
I guess so.
Look.
Nah, it's just
you say I'm reaching. Listen, Mac, just being clear. I'm probably the only one in here. Yeah, I am the only one in here who looks at the statistics to these shows, these titles, what they do, what's moving, what's not. So I understand the culture of what's going on. I understand that, damn, it's starting to seem like more people are attracted to negativity. Damn, if we're not controversial, it seems like these numbers ain't gonna go higher than this. Damn, why we gotta argue with people or talk to people in a certain way for everybody to pay attention? Damn, I just brought Erica Ford. You had Erica Ford.
I'm a fan of the show, brother.
Why?
So, yeah.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the titles.
And she talking that talk.
And
she is.
She's talking that talk.
Shark.
She's talking that talk.
That talk. She talk that talk, dog.
But they're not clicking. The same as, get him away from me. You get what I'm saying? Or Tony Ayo in here, Math, what you talking about, Math? You don't know how you act. He over there acting like he don't know. Bruh, what do we do? At this point, I'm kind of exposing myself. The key is to give them the medicine with the sugar. Make them think they getting the sugar. Put the medicine in it. You know what I mean?
Charlamagne just said that when I was on Breakfast Club.
And bro, because that's what's going on. That's what's going on in this culture. That's what's going on everywhere.
So your thoughts are that Joe Budden was doing that intentionally without saying that he was doing that?
I think there was an alley in there somewhere.
That alley came from God. It ain't come from Joe. Joe was like, oh, that's D1. I'm going to throw this alley to somebody else. Like, and hopefully I one day meet homie and get to talk to him and all that type of stuff. Just because this is lifelong for me. Like, I'm a for lifer with this, brother. Like, as long as God got me here, I'm going to keep rapping. I just put my 11th album out. You heard me? It's called From the Hood to Harvard. Because I'm a fellow at Harvard University right now, brother. Like, them took hip-hop to Harvard University, you know? I'm going to keep dropping music. Like I said, I got the Raheem Devon joint dropping at midnight. My joint with Project Pat about to drop. My joint with Fredo Bang about to drop. I'm a for lifer in this culture. And since I'm going to have to be in this culture, I'm not going to water down what it is I'm standing on, because it ain't just David's opinion. I'm basing this on who my role model is. Love it or hate it, believe in him or not, it's Jesus, dog. So I look at what Jesus showed me in that book, you heard me? And the way I saw him handle beef and opposition and stuff that wasn't right. You got to flip tables sometimes. You got to love on people. You got to hang with the thieves, you heard me? So I got to hang with Matt because he's a thief, you heard me? You got to do all
I ain't a thief.
You got to do
I don't steal. Okay. I take. I don't steal, bro. Anyway. I'm gonna give you a chance to keep your shit.
For the nuance when it's
I'm just saying, that was my thing. I'm not gonna creep around and nobody's looking. Let me take it right now. Listen, you played it right. You kept your shit, man. That's how it was. That's how it was.
So because of that, I'm gonna be here, bro, until I'm not here. So with that being said, it's like if my brothers and sisters that's also in this culture gonna continue to be here, you not my op.
Right.
My op ain't human beings. It says in Ephesians 6 and 12, we're not battling against flesh and blood. We're battling against spirits and evil principalities that rule the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, people like that, I'm like, dang, dog, you look like you really got like an issue with just my whole being, you know? We gotta meet up one day, brother. Lunch on me. You know what I'm saying? And if you like, no, that's clout chasing too. I don't want lunch with you. All right, brother. Well.
Nah, Joe cool. I think he'll rock
cool,
with you.
man.
Joe cool
Joe,
nigga,
Joe
man.
is
Joe just
honest.
be
That's why I don't see the invisible alley-oop.
But
Joe show love,
let me
man.
finish. He's always been just honest and saying what. Now, the thing I saw him say, to me it seemed like, and maybe I didn't see it all, so you correct me if I'm wrong. The thing I saw him say was, yo, D1's gonna get touched out here if you keep doing stuff like that. It sounded way more protective than it was hating.
You thought that was protective?
Nah,
As far as yes,
I think that the warning that
trying
Jim
to
put
warn
out
you
there
off from doing
was
that because he knows, like you said, somebody trying to
just saying
get points.
Just saying, there was times in my battle rap career when a battle rapper would put out a blog, and the hood would call me and be like, "Where this nigga at?" And I'm like, "Bro, it ain't that. It ain't that. It ain't that." I spent a whole night convincing some guys not to do something crazy to somebody because it's just battle rap. Sometimes the hood don't understand. They just love you. You know what I mean? And they're looking for that position.
That was the first one I heard.
Right.
That was the only one I listened to, but it sounded like you asked me, do I think that was protective? Absolutely. But I think he went about it, instead of telling them, hey, don't touch him.
I'm in Harlem right now.
Instead of telling
I'm
them,
in Harlem right now,
hey,
brother.
don't touch
Listen
him,
to
he's
me.
doing the right
Right.
thing. Instead of Joe saying, hey, listen, don't touch him, he's doing the right thing, this is what we need. He went to you and said, yo, stop doing what you're doing before
Man,
one of these
I'm not
dudes.
finna move around this earth fearful, man. I love Harlem. Harlem love me. Like
Fearful and cautious are two different
fearful and
things.
cautious, two different things.
Right.
Cool. When I say I'm in Harlem right now, that's not no I'm being cocky type stuff. That's just like, man, God got me on a mission, brother. And I'm just here and I'm gonna move with love and me being bold.
But at the same time,
Me being bold.
you and Jim have had a conversation since.
We only text. One
Right.
text. I'll show you the text.
But the text itself was
The text was his response to my initial text was, I appreciate you reaching out.
Right.
We should have a conversation because I believe a lot of times in life, cats is trying to get to the same goal, but they're taking two different routes to get there.
right.
That's what's
He
up.
said love, love. So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I like that.
That's what's up.
We gonna
Good
bring up
shit.
that unity.
Yeah, that's what's up. As it should be.
Don't have this dude pulling up like your man was in here talking about he in Harlem right now.
Right.
Yo, man, this what you doing?
Yeah,
Yo, come on.
Nah. When
Come
I
on,
said,
I'm good, man. You know,
this ain't that
Right.
at all because I'm not even on that type of time, brother. I don't
Right.
walk around with no gun, bro. Like I seen my daddy draw down on somebody when I was 4 years old, and I'm sitting in the car and watched this happen. And that stuff messed me up to the point where I was like, oh, I ain't got it in me to do what I just saw Pops do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I seen this, like I still see it actually, and
Right.
like so I just don't move like
Did
that. I'm
Pops
like,
have to do it?
huh? Did he have to do it? He felt like he had to do it to protect his family because of what happened. You know what I mean? In that situation, and I thank him for that. But me, I got a weapon, but my joy is my weapon. My joy is my weapon, brother. That smile you see on me, you know, me and you talking, and you probably just getting a sense like D1 seemed like a real up-tempo, positive dude. That's my weapon, brother. I use that. I take that everywhere. I took it to Harlem with me today. That's why we out here right now. You know what I mean? Like we cool. You got people that's calling me like, man, you well? Where you at? Hold on. You sure everything? Man, we good, brother.
Nah, you good.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
You rock with Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal.
Most
my-
disrespectfulest nigga in America.
Yeah.
I
That's
put
your
my
guy?
dick in
That's
your
my guy.
daughter's
That's
fish
your
tank.
guy?
That's my guy.
How?
I'm cool with some unexpected dudes, bro.
How?
They
bro?
got
Like,
dreads.
How are you not doing interviews on like, Arsenal? We need to do better, nigga. We need to do better. We need to do better, Arsenal. Like, come on. You talk about people, dead family members and shit.
Battle rap is
Nah, but you
bro.
got to know what you up against when you battling certain people, though. You like if you sign that contract, you know what this nigga right here standing in front of you is about. Like when niggas battle you, son, I watch niggas. Niggas be like this, stand back, son. And nigga, I go to his battles with him, and I be watching niggas movements. Yeah, you don't never know what that nigga right there, son. And niggas be having like an army. Yeah, if he swing on you, son, word the mother, I'm gonna be right here to back you up if you fall, nigga.
And that's the antagonizing part.
Word.
Everybody always went that route.
Or they'll go the route like, yeah,
except for the white rappers. The white rappers never really like, except for Big K. Big K definitely crossed the line. He definitely crossed the line. Yeah, hell yeah. In Chicago. That was years ago. Years ago.
Yo, that white boy get busy, son.
He get busy.
He get busy, son.
But he definitely fibbed in his third round. That pissed me off.
Most niggas fib in battle rap.
Fibbed?
Yeah.
That was always my issue with these niggas. Because streetwise, I'm like, nigga, what you gonna find? What you gonna find? If you gonna diss me, you gonna diss me for what? What you gonna find?
They gotta make something up. They gotta make something up. That's battle rap. Most of them niggas don't be meaning none of the shit they say. You said that in your shit. They don't mean what they say.
I didn't hug everybody at that. There's some dudes I didn't even shake their hand. Like, yeah, this battle over. You know what I mean? But that was kind of showing me like, you might not belong here. You know what I'm saying?
This not a character.
This ain't really you. You know what I mean?
It's about, let me say whatever I could say to get the crowd to win the crowd over. That's what it's about, son.
Right.
But see, that's it's one of the reasons why I dig what he does.
Right.
He could switch up, start talking things to get the crowd in order. You see what a crowd is. Negativity gets more attention than positivity. We talked about that. He could go that route. He's been standing on this square since I met him. That was years ago.
Well, speaking of switch up, how did you feel about Kanye's comments about, whether, he was still following Christianity or not?
Clownye West. That's what I call him, bro.
Oh, wow.
Straight up.
Oh, man.
Straight up,
Why those choice of words, bro? Like, this is the part where Joe Budden is going to be like, man, just keep this nigga away from me. Like, you got to understand the trials of a person who's in a public eye. Now, Kanye, I ain't going to front. Like, it did seem a little egotistical, what he was saying, as far as like, I ain't get an answer, so I ain't rocking with this no more.
Which is all
it's like I called God and he ain't pick up. I ain't fucking.
Then another part of the interview, he said, I am God. You know what I mean? And And I'm a dude that has been influenced by his music the early music, the college dropout, late registration, graduation days. Influenced by his music. Been there through all the transitions he's gone through. All that stuff is cool, man. When Kanye came over to, like, yo, I'm taking my Christian walk super serious now a few years ago, I was the biggest cheerleader. It's well documented. I still got Instagram posts, like, big up in him and encouraging him. And it's just something that's disappointing when you see that at this point, because you didn't get what you wanted from God when you wanted it, it's automatically like, I mean, you can listen to the music even. The content of the music is back to, he had a part in the interview where he told Ty Dolla $ign, he was like, yeah, I tried to,
get a menage.
I tried to get you to, be like, maybe let's not curse on the album.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But since when, Kanye, are you letting Ty Dolla $ign make the executive decisions on what's happening on this album? Kanye, you know you in charge, bro.
Right.
You know you decide, hey, we recording in Italy today, we're gonna be in Australia tomorrow, then we're gonna be in California the next day. You making all the big decisions. But when it comes to like that type of creative stuff that you know, like, yo, this is you still saying, hey, spiritually, I still got something I'm standing on that I don't want to compromise on this album. You choosing not to do that. So you're not standing on business when it comes to the spiritual side of your life. And when you say those type of things, like, I am God and just all this type of stuff, man, brother, you sounding like a clown. And that doesn't mean that I don't still love you. I can still love you, but I can also acknowledge that, yeah, you on some clown business right now. And you're influencing, this is the best part, you're influencing millions of people. We really see how influential Kanye is right now because he's going #1 independently. So it's not the machine anymore. He is the machine.
Right.
When you have that type of influence, you got to be extra careful what it is you're pushing out there. my college students that I teach, my class I designed is called The Intersection of Hip Hop and Social Change, right? So we talk about how hip hop has been and can be used in the future to make real social change. They love when they come in class and they talking about Carnival, right? Kanye's the new song that just hit #1, and he bragging on that and everything. I look at like, you're bragging on the stats that the song has achieved. In the interview, he said, that's my FU moment to the industry, is I got a #1 independently without y'all. Cool, but it's not about what you do in life. When you a man of God, it's about how you do it. Satan could elevate people too. The devil could be like, oh, I'm gonna let you be #1 because what you talking about in this song is making me look good. All the things that I want the world to be infatuated with, all the gluttony, all the negativity, all the disrespecting this, all of the, yeah, you doing my work for me. So I'll elevate you to #1. He did the same thing with Jesus, brought him to the mountaintop. I can give you all this. Jesus had the wherewithal to be like, nope, I'm good. Not if it's coming from you. But with Kanye at this point, I watched the whole interview. You bragging on numbers at this point. You bragging on how much money you able to make. Brother, at what point do you realize that just making money in and of itself does not make you like a person that we all need to be like looking up to? And then you talking about, yeah, and I'm showing y'all we can make our bag without without the system. Okay, bro, Cat's been doing that. You ain't first to doing that.
No pun intended, but not on the level of Kanye. No pun intended. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Go.
The bragging. We watched a lot of companies pull out, pause, and try to sink this man financially. I think that's his aha moment towards those people. Just saying, if he's talking to anybody, he's probably talking about that. You dig what I'm saying? And that's an accomplishment to be respected. Like, y'all stopped me. I mean, companies that's like Adidas, you name the whole list of them. Like, you look at the shit that he went through or the shit that he put himself through. Because I know MECC was about to follow up like that. Self-inflicted issues. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
The worst kind.
Right.
He was right.
But to still see him experience some sort of success, which for most of us, we didn't believe was possible without partnering with, the majors and all that stuff. We look at someone like Nipsey Hussle, who preached independence his whole career, but at some point, he conformed and took the deal. You dig what I'm saying? And then we've seen that with a whole bunch of different artists. Wiz Khalifa, Style. I mean, these are just the people Dame was naming off that he was working with independently, and that was the goal. And behind his back, according to him, they took the deal. Right. So the bragging part, that's not it. I gotta ask, why say he's on some clown shit rather than, I'm gonna pray for you, brother?
Damn, he laughed at it. He laughed at it.
I can still pray for you and acknowledge that in this moment, with this huge public platform and the way that you jumping out there, and at this point, brother, like, that's disrespectful to act like, well, God ain't answer my prayers on my time, so, it is what it is. I got issues with Jesus and I am God. I can't get that out of my head, brother. Like, that ain't cool. That's clown behavior. And everybody could call it what they want and they could say, oh, that's being this or that's being that. Like, Kanye is also very aware of how to manipulate the media. Kanye been doing this.
We put that on him.
Say, brother, time out.
Put that
on
him. I gotta be honest.
No.
Can I be honest?
No. Well, yes, you can. But
I have to be honest.
But I'm about to come through with the sledgehammer. Watch
People
this.
that I know,
all right,
who've worked closely with him, have testified to me. No, there's really a problem there.
Okay.
You think mentally?
Okay.
There's really a problem there.
Kanye knew when Hurricane Katrina hit my city, you heard me? That was my city. I lost everything in that.
Right.
Kanye knew when he got on TV, I'm about to take this moment and I'm about to make this moment into a George Bush doesn't care about black people moment. Because this moment right here, this is gonna clearly command a lot of attention. It's gonna make me.
Do you feel like it was diabolical or not, and it wasn't a good intention behind it?
I feel like it was probably a mixture, because part of what Kanye.
It can't be a mixture.
It can definitely be a mixture.
You can get two results from the same thing. I think he said what he felt.
Right. But you can't. But you
results.
can't have the intention to do good by doing that.
You can have the intention of doing what you want to do, and then the results are going to be what the results are.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily have an intention.
But you still have to look at the
foul or
root.
positive.
If the root is, I'm gonna be a truth speaker, and I'm gonna tell y'all what's actually going on,
Or what I think is going on.
or I'm gonna do this so that I can garner attention.
Two things can be true at the same time.
I mean, in his defense, being a rapper is about garnering attention. If you're a rapper and you can't garner attention, then
you useless.
You're irrelevant.
Right.
So Kanye has been masterful his whole career at being that dude that got a chip on his shoulder that nobody wanted to hear him rap. And when he get around you, he gonna speak. Y'all saw the documentary, the Genius documentary. He rapping for everybody in the studio.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But he's going above and beyond to be like, all right, I'm gonna figure out how to get their attention. And once I get it, I'm gonna keep it in a way that nobody else has ever been able to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like one of the traits of the Christ that we follow is to be humble. And it's humility. You know what I mean?
Man.
That's not being exhibited.
So I gotta ask, are you of the same cloth as Kanye?
Am I of the same cloth as Kanye?
Kanye.
In what way? In what way do I give Kanye?
Calling him a clown rather than just discussing the things that you take issue with. Because I'm probably gonna title this, "Oh, he a clown."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm probably gonna title it that, and it's gonna be a direct quote from you.
Right.
How is that not of the same?
We talked about this earlier. An observation on someone's actions doesn't equal a judgment on their character. Right now, he's doing some clown shit. Doesn't make him a bad person. Makes him somebody who's doing some clown shit.
Cause brother, there you go. Like, cause when you say that, I'm not finna go delete no Instagram post from in the past when 3-4 years ago, I was totally like, yes, shout out to Kanye. I remember the post. And I remember getting a call from, I'm not gonna put him out there, but from somebody that's really big in this industry, another artist who knows both me and Kanye, who called me like, nah, D, he fooling y'all. Don't jump out here and support him. Trust me. He do this every few years, and he got a different group that he do this with to curry favor from this group and this group and this group. And nah, you're gonna look crazy in a few years, D. Jumping out there 10 toes supporting him. A very well-known
Did that person call you after that interview
He
and
hasn't called
say,
me yet,
"Told
but I want to
you"?
call him and say, you was right, dog. You was right. You know what I'm saying? So, not to, and watch this. Here come the naysayers. D1, you don't know what Kanye been through. Sure, he's been through a lot. My heart is actually with him for the type of stuff that he's had to go through. But at what point do we have to say, yo, some of these are merely just consequences of our actions? If you choosing your wife, if you choosing how, like even right now, the way he choosing to parade his wife around, the current woman that he's with, right? And the way that, we done seen all his wife's goods at this point because of what he got her dressed in and
We ain't
clothed
seen
in.
everything, but
We done seen it all. You feel me? Almost all of it, right?
Right.
With that being said,
You still follow Kanye?
I never did follow him. Like online type stuff? Yeah.
How'd you see the pictures?
It's the album cover, brother. Yeah. And it's called the Explore page, brother. Yeah, like that's the thing, brother.
Nigga stupid,
Yeah, I'm just
Trolling.
There'd be a fine line. There'd be a fine line between being a devout Christian and being human. It's a fine line, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and by no means does this mean that I don't want Kanye to be in the best position possible to lead other people to God, for sure. But I know that right now, what he is publicly putting out there, man, as Christians, we can't sit back and be like, dang, the world can't trick us as Christians into thinking that we ain't supposed to say nothing about nothing, or else we're going to get called the J word. And I ain't talking about Jesus. Judgmental. That's how the world will try to trick people like me. Man, you can't say nothing about nothing, ever, or else you're judgmental. Man, y'all better miss me with that. Because it's not judging the person. You can hate the sin, but love the sinner.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like, I hate what you're doing right now. This is some clown behavior, for sure. But you as a person, man, I want the best for you, for sure. But when you're surrounded by a bunch of yes men, and you're surrounded by a bunch of fans who swear by everything you do, it's kind of hard to break through and have anything real, like actually get to you. Y'all saw the documentary when they had people that was coming around him, that was tapping him, like, say, brother, you kind of tripping right now. He got them people from around him. He didn't want them people around him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them type of influence.
One is straight yes man.
Brother, I'm in such an autonomous position in hip hop because I don't need nobody in this industry. Mm-hmm. You feel me? My blessings come from God. I'm serving the people with my content. I don't need no feature from nobody. I don't need nobody to sign me. I don't need nobody to stand next to me. And that is such a beautiful position to where it's like, I'm free. I'm free to speak from the heart authentically and not be like, I know I'm not coming on no hateful stuff, but I also know I don't serve you, Kanye West. I serve God. Mm-hmm. So because I'm serving God, it's like, come on, man. He said in the video, he said he want people to stop he want Christians to stop saying, I'm praying for you, brother. I'm praying for you. Yeah, cool. Well, I ain't gonna
did something.
Huh? He said he wants you to do something.
Let's finish that. Stop saying I'm praying for you because it's something you can actually do.
Cool. So what I'm doing right now is letting him know, man, you on some clown behavior, brother. Talking about you, God. That's clown behavior. I'm doing something. I'm letting you know that. Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna pray for you, but you don't just want that. You know what I'm saying? But just know that's still gonna happen.
So do you believe the 5% are clowns?
No, I wouldn't call them clowns because here's the thing. It's different when you stand on something that you are passionate about and you consistent with that. It's like, okay, this ain't no publicity stunt.
Right.
Whatever you're doing, even if I disagree with what it is that you standing on, you stand on that. But when you have a 20-year career to where it's just like, man, it seems like an ongoing, never-ending publicity stunt. Like, if it ain't this, it's Taylor Swift. I'm gonna go steal a mic from her and say this, da-da-da. If it ain't that, it's this. It's doing it. Like, it's always something. And you mix that with somebody that's lost, somebody that's confused, somebody that's hurt, and somebody that's influential and talented. That's a dangerous combination right there, brother. Mm. We got to be careful. It's like, oh, shoot, this ain't nothing to be played with. Because this person ain't all the way right, but very talented and very influential. Hey, let's be careful.
I think Kanye is the bottom of the batch that we would have to worry about. I think, no. I think the artists out there influenced by drill and actually wanting to live out this war on record and make songs about it, I think that's the scary part.
I'm with you, but that wouldn't put him in the bottom of the barrel. Like he said, that much influence, that much money, that much talent, and that where he is right now emotionally, mentally, which I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't know, but none of it looks good. That don't put him in the bottom of the barrel. That's more like top 10, top 5,
I believe
top
Kanye
10.
has support, but I think we're kind of out of the realms of I want to be him. You dig what I'm saying?
We are. Right. Like, we are out of those realms. Brother, I teach the students who are, bro, they came in my class the other day. I got like 32 students. They came in my class the other day saying, hey, look, she honor roll. I said, man, like all of y'all in trouble, because now y'all got this song sent to my head. All of y'all in trouble. Like, seriously, I had to send him a note and tell him that. And I'm seeing who he has the influence over at this point. Mm-hmm. It ain't the hood. Like Boosie came out and just said, I think Boosie today was sending some statements out. Like, Kanye, you ain't influenced my style of music. Yeah. And he's like, and you don't, and nobody in the hood is bumping you. I agree with Boosie on that. Right. I agree with him on that. But with Kanye, like he's a very rational brother when he wants to be. But at other times, it's almost like, man, I'm gonna take it to these crazy levels because I know that I can get away with it. Because it's called pulling the Kanye card. It's the Kanye card. That's just Kanye.
I think it's deeper than that.
Oh, that's just Kanye. You think it's deeper than that?
Yeah, I think the industry and everything he's been involved with actually has affected his mentality, and maybe not in the best sort of way, but as an artist, he keeps creating, and I can always appreciate his creations.
So isn't that abuse if you notice someone isn't right mentally, but you constantly putting a camera in their face, you constantly wanting to give them a microphone and a platform to be like, here, speak to the masses.
We do it all the time.
Still abuse.
That's a
We do it all the
problem, brother.
time.
That's abusive, bro.
Yeah, but welcome to this society, bro. We see it all the time. How many people are getting booked for podcasts or I mean, there's people specifically getting booked for podcasts for the outlandish shit that they're going to say. Just so that somebody can make money off of it. We're seeing that all the time.
That's a record label.
That's definitely record labels.
Yeah.
And America, I said this on the Breakfast Club a couple weeks ago, America does not want to heal our trauma. They want to monetize our trauma.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what Tupac
eat
meant
off
by
of it.
America Eats Its Own.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists too who have managers who are predators because they're managing this artist. They're with this artist every day and they know this artist ain't right. But they also like, man, that 20% commission I'm getting off of this artist ain't bad.
That's a fact.
And I'm gonna go ahead on and just walk the line. And a lot of times the managers be the same age as the artist or older than the artist, right? So the manager is really in a position to like take you under their wing and pour some love or some wisdom into you.
What happens when it doesn't sell?
What happens when it doesn't sell?
That manager gets fired.
You know what? A step before that, it doesn't have to not sell for that manager to get fired. What happened when you got an artist you can't tell the truth to? When you can't manage. You trying to tell
What
them
happened
that.
if you the artist and you fucking your manager?
Okay,
What?
you don't win a different
Well, how
way.
did we
That's true though. That's true, my
don't
nigga.
wanna
There's
hold
niggas out here that they're managers, they're fucking on their manager. We not gonna act like that's not happening,
Yeah,
my
but
nigga.
that's out of context, Gap.
No, it's
You can't
not.
go that
No,
way.
it's not. Y'all saying y'all putting y'all theory. I'm gonna put my theory that I actually see. Nigga. That shit happens, nigga. Niggas is fucking their managers, nigga.
At the end of the day, what do you want to be remembered for representing?
So my motto is 3's up, and that stands for be real, be righteous, be relevant. In everything you do, being real is about being authentic, man. Knowing that you one of one. So this whole world that exists to where you never feel like you're enough because the definition of cool just keeps changing and the goalpost keeps moving to where you never feel validated. So you got to get fake this, fake that, this name brand gonna validate me. Man, just be real, man. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you truly learn to love yourself, that's power, right?
is power.
Be real.
True
Be righteous. Be righteous means know that doing the right thing is always right. Doing the wrong thing is always wrong. I know we live in a society that values, oh, you're doing the wrong thing, you're gonna get more attention for it. So it'll have you thinking that doing the wrong thing is actually right.
Right.
And that doing the right thing is lame, or doing the right thing, oh, you positive, or you this, da. Man, since when is that a bad thing? To be like, yeah, I'm positive. Like, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to make this world better. So be righteous, you heard me? And then be relevant. To be relevant, that's when you gotta say, all right, I gotta shut up and grind. Because whatever industry I'm in, to be relevant, I gotta work my butt off. There's competition in this world, in everything I do. To be relevant, I gotta master my craft. When we, in the rap game, for example, people nowadays don't even care about mastering the craft.
Oh,
They just care about getting to the bag.
Oh,
You
my
feel me?
God.
But to be relevant in a real way, like, look, bro, I don't know how long I got down here, man. You know, my grandpa had 93 of them things. He just passed away a few months ago. My grandma on my chest, she got 84 of them things. You know what I mean?
God bless.
Bam, yeah, like
bless.
blessings, right?
Right.
Cool. She passed away 4 years ago.
Condolences.
Yeah, I don't know how long I have, bro. But to see my grandpa, when he was on his deathbed in the hospital, got a few hours left to live, a few months ago, and he got his hands behind his head, and he's sitting there like a big dog with a grin on his face and looking around at the family, looking at everybody. And I'm like, Papa, man, what's up? Like, how you feeling? He giving away cash to all the nurses that come in there. I got all this documented, brother. He giving them cash. He was like, the price of admission into my hospital room is a smile on your face. You come in here with a smile on your face and with some good energy, I'm gonna break you off a little something. You know what I mean? Giving out cash, got a few hours left to live, dog. And I'm seeing this. And he was like, Doc, that's my nickname. He was like, Doc, he said, the way I feel right now is probably the feeling that people be looking for when they try to become billionaires in this world, financially. because they feel like, oh, I become a billionaire, I'm gonna feel like I'm on top of the mountain. He said, I feel on top of the mountain right now because I know that I ain't got long left, but I spent my whole life down here just trying to use the gifts God gave me and spread love as much as I could while being myself. He said, and I'm at peace with that. And that man told me that, man. I got a picture, I sent it to you that I had to post on my gram, bro. Few hours left to live, and he's sitting there at peace, dog. At peace. That's a real boss move, you heard me?
Right.
That's a real boss pose. Just sitting there like, man, it's all good. Passed away in his sleep, you know what I mean?
That's the best way to go, man.
Bro,
God
like
bless.
That's what I want to do. I want to encourage people. Be real, be righteous, and be relevant, man.
That's right.
You feel me?
D1, y'all.
Man,
D1. What's coming next?
Oh man. So I got a new album, From the Hood to Harvard, out right now, right? I'm dropping another album. This exclusive announcement. I'm dropping it on my birthday on April 10th. You heard me? We got a lot of Aries
in the building.
Yeah, you heard me?
Aries in the building.
A whole lot of them April
Why
babies.
you do that? That's Taurus.
No.
The horns, bro. It's the
Our
horns.
horns
the
were
Rams.
first.
So I'm dropping the album on my birthday. I just started the title last night. I'm gonna call it Life of a Disruptor Evolving Daily. So that acronym LOADED, Loaded. You heard me? So this album gonna be called Loaded. Life of a Disruptor Evolving Daily. 'Cause that's what I realized what I am, man. I'm disrupting the norm. I'm disrupting the natural state that things just be existing in and shaking things up, but I'm evolving daily, you know? So this stuff ain't just like, let me just get hot right quick and say something crazy. It's like, brother, this is a lifestyle that I'm trying to add here. So I got all that going on with the music, always doing concerts, always doing speaking engagements by the grace of God, steady booked for that stuff. I'll show you this. How old is like the younger version of your kids? I know you got like 12 of them. 7 years old? So that'd be perfect age for, I wrote a hip hop children's book. It's an anti-bullying children's book.
Fire.
It's called David Found His Slingshot. So my real name is David. I used to get bullied back when I was in kindergarten in New Orleans. Y'all know in the Bible the story of David and Goliath. You know what I'm saying? The way I was able to overcome my bully is the same way David, was able to defeat Goliath. David
show it
used,
to the camera?
Yeah. David used his slingshot to defeat Goliath. All David's partners in his army was like, man, you about to get better that big giant? Use my sword, use my shield. David was like, nah, I'm good on all that. I know what my gift is. My gift is using this slingshot. And y'all might laugh at it, but trust me, this is all I need. And I know God got my back, so I'm fearless. Bring it on. And he went and defeated Goliath. Man, the way we can all defeat the Goliaths in our lives is to find our slingshot. And to use our slingshot, we all got different slingshots. Our slingshots is rapping, podcasting, teaching, you know what I mean? All of the great gifts that y'all got. Find your slingshot, but then use it for the purpose God designed it to be used for. Because you can find your slingshot, but instead of defeating Goliath with it, you can fool around and turn around and be defeating your own community with your gift. And that's a metaphor for how I feel about a lot of our brothers and sisters. You got a gift and you're using it, but you're using it in a way that's defeating more of your community than your real ops, which is your spiritual ops. You know what I mean? So this book, David Found His Slingshot, man, it's a anti-bullying hip-hop children's book that I wrote. So I got that out right now as well. Merch. They go to my website, D1music.com, DEE, 1music.com. Man, it's so much, brother. And
What about the sneakers?
Oh, man, I got to shout out my brother, Stephon Marbury. Look, Steph, brother, you know it's real. You heard me? Like, I'm in New York rocking these things. So this the Xavier 3s. They customized for D1.
Fire.
But my brother Stephon Marbury blessed me with these. Everybody been asking, D, where you get the kicks from? They look like the Louis Vuittons.
They look like the Louis Vuittons. I got those.
Yeah, so
Those is
shout
fire.
out to Steph. Steph, they said they want you to come
Yo, pull
on
up.
them.
Brooklyn, nigga.
Facts.
Stop playing. Coney Island. What's up, son?
Facts.
Pull up, nigga.
Steph like, man, I'm in China. I ain't worried about that, man. It's a whole
We'll
lot.
come out there. We'll come out there.
Word.
Salute.
So that's what's next for me. D1 and MATHHOFFA record coming soon. You heard me? We got
I
that.
already got the idea.
Word?
Yeah.
Word. Okay. So yeah, brother, that's that's
Don't name
man.
it Devil's Advocate.
No, we're not.
Good. All right, fine.
Right.
Just a difference in prayer.
Word.
Much better.
Word.
That's it, bro. And hopefully the next time I see y'all, Lord willing, we are all just a better version of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. It's not about perfection. It's just about progress, man.
Word.
So
I want to say shout out to Tiger. Got me these DJ Khaled, We Are the Best joints.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Go check out the Uppercut podcast. And yeah, that's it. We out. Oh.
Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, my man Torre Carr. And all of our blessings and condolences to you, King.
Condolences.
Like, love you over here. You know what it is. We go way back. Blessings to you and your whole family. Sorry to hear that. Like, really, but blessings, bro. We love you on this side. Same thing with my brother Gap Murder.
Blessings.
One time for him and the family. Like, we go through real stuff around here, but it's real on and off camera. So to both of y'all, lost somebody that you can't replace, I understand, but we here for you. We love you. To both my brothers from Brooklyn.
Most definitely.
Dig?
Appreciate that, man.
That's real. No, that's big. Hey, you mind if I spit a 16 before I leave?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Do you think?
Spit a list 16. What camera I look in? Bet. All right. So look, this I wrote this song. It's a mentality I have towards a lot of the fans in the industry and a lot of people who they play a role in preventing artists from being their best self, and us trying to appeal to the fans so much. Sometimes we block our own blessings because we stop serving God and we start trying to serve the fans too much. You heard me? So I say, what's the point of writing all of these lyrics if I'm rapping to an audience that ain't trying to hear it? They'd rather me blow a bag than rap about building wealth. They'd rather me get some brain than rap about mental health. Don't censor me. Eventually, try to make sense of me. I don't need your dollars. I need you to think sensibly. You feel good now that you're vegan. That's funny. If you're still promoting garbage, you're just a healthy dummy. My city don't even love me. I'm calling it how it is. I'm a threat to the power structure that's brainwashing our kids. I'm fracturing all the egos of illegitimate heroes. I only look up to one man, because he died, then he rose. I keep it too real, because life don't last too long. If everybody likes me, I'm doing something too wrong. Maybe in time, they'll appreciate my words like Nipsey. Till then, I'm going to see how far keeping it real gets me.
Talk your talk. Aries.
Big Aries.
Big Aries.
We out of here.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.